The Ark franchise is over 10 years old, and over that 10 years there have been countless updates adding new maps, features, and creatures. However, I have recently discovered a way to play one of Ark's oldest versions, where there's no tech, no cryopods. I mean, even the redwoods didn't even exist yet. And of course, I'm gonna spend the next 100 in-game days playing this 10-year-old version of Ark, where I'm gonna build a base, tame the old dinosaurs, and finally defeat the Broodmother, who I will say actually spawns in the overworld when you summon her. So if I'm unable to defeat her, the Ark will be permanently doomed to be under her control forever. This might just be my hardest challenge yet. Oh, that music is so loud. Oh, dude, look at this menu. Okay, hold up. I have to turn this music down. Okay, that's better. I can hear myself think now. Anyway, oh, dude, this menu. It's so old and nostalgic. Holy man. Oh, look at the single player menu. Yeah, there's just the one map, the Ark, which is the island, but it's just called the Ark. Anyways, I had quite a bit of tinkering to do with the settings as everything was set to default. So while past me looks through each setting, I can actually show you how to play this old version of Ark yourself. Simply head down to the description and click the link that I left there. It'll take you to a short tutorial that you can follow easily. So I better not see a single comment asking how to play this version of Ark. Populating your Ark, please wait. Oh, this is so old. Oh, look at this character creator. Oh, and you get the randomly assigned name. Sometimes it can be Bob. I guess you can get other names as well. Well, I'm not gonna do too much in terms of my character. I never really do. Just make it my character like normal. I'll name myself Old Granty. This is Old Ark after all. Now, where do I want to spawn? Oh, it doesn't even show you on the map where you can spawn. Interesting. Well, West Zone 2 is my favorite spawn point, but I think I'm gonna have to switch it up here. North Zone 3, here I come. I woke up on the very OG beach, and after a quick hand scratch, I noticed that my FOV was still way too low, so I bumped it up all the way. Oh, here we go. Oh, in third person is like this? No way. Is there a way to fix that? I looked through the settings, but I did not see anything about changing third person perspective, so I would just have to get used to this new view, or old view, I could say. Okay, well, here is Old Ark. These sound effects are so loud, jeez. Walking is so loud, and all the running. Oh, jeez, okay. Yeah, I'm getting hit with a huge wave of nostalgia right now. Look at this island. It's even got the fall colored trees. They quit doing this years ago. This looks so cool. They need to bring it back. Also look at that mountain. That's usually covered in snow. Yeah, there's no snow at all. Is there any snow in this? I don't know. This might be older. This might be too old for snow. Even though I wasn't standing in the snow, I was still freezing a bit, so I had to get a move on and maybe even start playing the game. Oh, look at this UI. Everything you pick up and gather and collect shows up top. That's crazy. The basics of survival did not change all that much from Old Ark to now. I still had to do my early game ritual of picking up the bushes and heading into the engram page to unlock the necessities. Where are my engrams? Oh, here we go. Oh, this is so different. Do I have a pickaxe unlocked, correct? Oh no. Craftables? Oh, I do. Oh, this looks crazy with the red design around the blueprint. Anyways, I needed thatch and wood, so the next course of action was of course to spar a nearby palm tree. These character sound effects sound so goofy. Oh, here we go, my first level up. Let's definitely level up weight first here. Okay, I got 8 engram points. I'm gonna use that as normal. Make a hatchet. You gotta press the learn engram. Oh, that sound effect. It's so weird too. Anywho, I still needed a piece of wood to make the pickaxe, so I landed a few critical hits on another tree. There we go. I got my wood. Hey, yo. Anyways, let's craft this pickaxe. Bang. Alright, that sound effect didn't really change. Oh, that sound effect is different though, for sure. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna drag it to my hotbar, I think just like this. Yeah, okay, and it shows up like that. This feels so old. I now had to get a hatchet, of course, so I smacked up a nearby rock and crafted one as well as a torch so I could hopefully warm up a bit. The icon's in the bottom left, and you get a crafting icon as well. That's interesting. I feel like they should have kept that. Yeah, it's already cold. Let me pull this torch out. Will this warm me up? Not enough. No. I'm gonna have to level up to make a campfire. I bet you I'll be freezing when night falls. That being said, I ran up to pick more bushes for fiber, as my plan was to make a few spears, so that I could start hunting earlier on, as killing something this early was my best bet of getting experience. What do I need for spears? Flint and wood. I can do that. These sound effects are brutal, man. It's so old. Oh, okay, if you select it, then you can see how many. You can't right click on it. I'll craft all 4, sure. Making the spears also gave me another level, so I put the point into weight. It sounds like a smithing table from Minecraft. Anyways, let's unlock this campfire. Guess I'll also unlock some cloth. The 3 pieces of cloth that I unlocked cost me all my engram points, but the drip was just too important to pass up on. Here we go, got my spears, drag them like this. Oh, this UI is so funny looking. Oh, here's a pteranodon. Yeah, those look about the same. We got a turtle here as well. Not gonna lie, it looks identical. Yeah, OG Master Oogway was the same old turtle as the one we have now. No TLCs, no updates, just turtle. Also, as a side note, the old max level used to be 120, so I would be finding a lot of goofy levels around this arc. Anywho, I spotted a parry off in the distance, so of course I had to pull up immediately. Level 80 parry. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to kill that. I don't have bolas. What level are bolas? Unlock that. Oh, there's a search bar down here. Bola. Bolas don't exist. Okay, this version is so old that bolas do not exist. This is gonna be interesting. Yeah, one of the best early game defense tools was just straight up not a thing in Ark. Let's keep going down the beach. I'll try and find a dodo or something. Do lystros exist? I have no idea. Oh, these running sound effects are so goofy. I ran up to another parasaur and it was only a level 16, so I could probably take it down. However, I had to check out these trikes that were nearby first. Oh, wow, do these things look goofy. Why is your mouth open? And why are you shaking my screen so much? These trikes definitely got a facelift at some point. I did not know about this. Yeah, their mouth being open looks really funny. Anyway, Perry, I did not forget about you. I'm sorry, I am not taming you though. I held my spear up high and was ready to throw it, but I couldn't help but notice that my crosshair was gone. I ran into the settings quickly to check if I had turned that off by accident, but it looked like there's just no crosshair at all. Is there no crosshair? Oh no. There's no crosshair. Yeah, this does not fare well with my history of throwing spears, but I guess I'm just gonna have to deal with it. We're gonna see how good my aim really is. Okay, hit it there once. I actually landed all the spears, but Perry tanked them, so I had to chase it down with the torch. Chase it with the torch, hit it with the fire damage. It's not lit on fire. Okay, the torch is not worth it. I'll hit it with the hatchet. Bang! I got it. I picked my spears back up and harvested the corpse for the first bits of hide. Funny sound effect once again. With the new engram points, I unlocked the rest of the cloth drip and I immediately got to picking the local shrubbery so I could craft up the set. So first, let's make some cloth. Oh, I gotta drag it over to my body here. Okay, there we go. I am dripped out. I am ready to take on Old Ark. How much hide did I get from that? 21. Alright, that's not a crazy amount. Anywho, my stomach was starting to rumble as my hunger bar was pretty much fully depleted. So the next move would definitely be to make a campfire. I just needed some stone and flint, so I smacked this rock up a bunch of times before crafting the campfire. It's so annoying, you can't press E on stuff, you have to select it and then press use item. I'm trying to use it. Do I have to drag it to my inventory to place it? Oh, that's annoying. Once I finally got it down, I put Perry's remains onto it and lit the fire to start it cooking. Give me the cooked food. Yes. Bang. We are eating. I'm definitely gonna need more hide and raw meat. That parasaur didn't die to 4 spears though, so I'm gonna need more spears for sure. That being said, I quickly farmed up a few extra before trying to repair my primitive cutlery. I've gotta drag it to my inventory to repair it. That's annoying. These sound effects. Oh my. What level are you? Level 12? Surely I could kill this. Oh, it's stuck. Perfect. Perfect. I'm stuck on this floating tree now. What? How did that happen? Okay. Let's just respawn, I guess. Oh, and there's no animation. I'm just back. Yeah, I have no idea what just happened there, but luckily I was not too far away, so I just ran back to get all my stuff. Why is there a dead parasaur? What? Hold up, it's about to decompose. Where's my dead body? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I just got flung, man. Can I take all? Yeah, take all from inventory. There we go. Let me harvest this parasaur real quick. I'm stuck on a tree. This is the same glitch as last time. Am I gonna die when I... Dude! You just get stuck on the trees and then you're dead when you harvest them. This sure is a warm greeting from Old Ark. This is the game I love. It's nice to see that some things just never change. Game-breaking bugs and things that just straight up don't make sense are not just a thing of the past. We have plenty of those in today's Ark as well. Along with Ark's terrible bugs, something else that never changes is boot.dev's unique and engaging way of teaching you how to code. Let me explain. If you've ever wanted to learn how to code to become a software developer, boot.dev has you covered. Now, I know some of you watching are young and might not even know what a software developer actually is. In essence, it's how you make the big bucks in this world. Like buy all of Ark's expensive DLCs, then go money spread on your grandma type of money. Just kidding, don't do that last part. But boot.dev can teach you some skills that are very valuable and sought after in today's online world. It teaches you coding and back-end web development from start to finish through a fun and engaging RPG-like experience where you can earn XP, levels, achievements, and even complete quests and boss fights. So basically, you're playing a game, but you're also learning how to code. Pretty solid win-win if you ask me. Also, I totally see learning through boot.dev as an investment in yourself and your future. Now, boot.dev was nice enough to sponsor this video, and they were also nice enough to give me free access to try out coding for myself. The footage you see is actually me learning to code with no prior coding experience, and I've got to say this is pretty cool. I'm having fun and learning, and if I can do it, I know you can too. My job is literally to play with virtual dinosaurs for a living, so you can see how easy boot.dev makes this for you. Boot.dev has a huge support system with an AI that is trained in every course they have to offer, along with a huge Discord community filled with tons of real people you can also ask for help from. Lastly, if you end up purchasing a subscription to boot.dev and somehow don't like it, feel like you're not learning, or maybe coding just isn't for you, there is a 30-day no questions asked refund policy, so there's no risk at all to try and boot.dev. So with this, I ask you to click the link down below in the description or scan the QR code that's on screen right now and sign up for boot.dev today. Also, make sure to use my code Granty when signing up. You'll learn some incredible skills, have fun while doing it, and visually see yourself making progress the whole time through the RPG-like system. Boot.dev is an amazing way to learn coding and invest in yourself and your future. Thank you to boot.dev for sponsoring this video. Okay, I'm back over here again. There's my dead body. I now have a severe distrust of trees. That dead parasaur's gone. I threw the Patchy's raw meat onto the fire to cook it up before dressing up and heading into the engram page. I do have 8 engram points. What can I unlock? Oh, narcotics? Perfect. That's it. I think this trike is stuck. But if I kill it, I'm gonna be really scared to go near it. It's a level 96. There's no chance I kill it. Oh wait, I can harvest my body for meat, right? Yes. Alright. I'm not afraid to be a cannibal. Rough times call for rough decisions, I guess. Alright, I'm in dire need. I just need to level up. Like, I'm level 5. This is not gonna cut it. So, do cooking pots exist? Oh, they do. Level 10, though. Surely, those still give a lot of experience, right? That's what I do nowadays when I need levels early on. So, I need to gain 5 levels somehow. I bet you my best chance of doing that is through killing stuff. Probably starting with this carbo. Alright, it's not looking nearly as bloody as I thought it would. Spears have to be nerfed. The torch did not work either, as it did not light things on fire, so the only possible move was retreat. Looking into the engram page, I saw that I needed to be level 15 to unlock the bow and arrow. Level 15 for a bow? Are you crazy? I'm gonna have to just craft a ton of spears. There's a red drop here. I definitely can't open it though. Unless they didn't put level requirements on them just yet. Only way to find out was to run up to it and see. While waiting for it to land, I decided to pick a few bushes nearby and craft up more spears since it was pretty much the only way of killing things this early on. And they really don't deal a lot of damage at all. Alright, here we go. Slowly accumulating levels here. Oh, I bet making thatch foundations would give me levels. Let's learn that first. Alright, this red drop's coming down. What are the odds I can open it? Probably 0. Yeah, level 60 to open. Okay, they did add a requirement, which kind of sucks for me. Whatever. Let's go back to my campfire, back towards that turtle I was fighting. Here we go. We got a parasaur. Lady. Anyways, I made it back to camp as the sun rose above the horizon, and I started munching down on a bunch of berries, which, by the way, I had to spam click to even eat, as holding E was not a thing. Can't just hold the button. That's annoying. Oh, wait, I've got a hunter hat skin. Oh, I can drag this on my cloth. Oh, sweet. I'm dripped out in that old drip. Anyways, I gotta get back on track here. Where is that turtle that I was scrapping with? It's gotta be this one. A thorough inspection later, I saw that it only had a few bloody scratches, so the spears were not cutting it for killing the turtles at least. So instead, I wanted to test out my other hypothesis and see if crafting foundations would be faster. Craft 3. How much experience will this get me? None. None really. Okay. Structures don't seem to be the move. That was also concerning since cooking pots were a structure as well. Anywho, I demolished the foundations as they were too heavy to carry around and I wanted some of the resources back. Killing stuff definitely is the way to get experience. Here we've got a dilo. Surely I can take this out in 6 spears. Can I craft any more? 2, might as well. Spears seem to be really bad. Just not doing any damage, man. The dilo was stuck on a tree like almost every other creature that I ran into, so of course I sniped it to save it from its misery. Oh, I missed. It's only a level 12. Oh, perfect. I very carefully approached its corpse and harvested it before running around the general area for a few seconds looking for my missed spear. It'd be nice if I had a wider range of view with my third person. A dodo, my first dodo. Well, there's a lot of dodos. I'm sorry, I'm taking you all out. All dodos must die on this beach. Okay, we got 2 dilos over here. Oh, there's an itchy little dolphin. But I'm worried about these dilos. Are they stuck in that tree? They are. Oh, they still spit. I didn't know they spit. Bang, both of them dead. Perfect. I did level up to level 7, and while looking at the Ingram page, I remembered my other favorite leveling activity, being farming narcotics. Let's go back over to my campfire. I'll craft a foundation, and then a mortar and pestle. Try my hand at making narcotics. When I returned, I grabbed some fiber from the bushes and crafted said foundation, which I placed just next to the campfire. Now, as for the mortar and pestle, I just needed some stone since I already got all the hide from committing war crimes against the local dodos. Alright, there's my mortar and pestle. Place this down. Man, these folders look goofy. Alright, let's craft 1. How much XP does that get me? Okay, no, that does give a decent amount of experience. Yeah, farming up narcotics had to be the move, but I first had to figure out how to split all the meat in my inventory. Can I not split this at all? Oh no, I can. I just have to split it using my mouse. Alright, that's interesting. Now that I had all that spoiling, I could get to the fun part. Holding E on the bushes and waiting for my inventory to fill up with narco berries. So this version of Ark is actually so old, you might be yelling at me this whole time saying, just go get an Explorer note or 2, dude. Like, that'll level you up real quick, but Explorer notes don't exist. This game's so old. Or this version of the game, I should say. Honestly, just gonna drop these berries that I don't need. Keep the Mejo berries, maybe I'll tame a herbivore soon. Need to, farming berries by hand sucks. As I'm saying this, I'm noticing old Ark is really hard. Like, this is a lot more difficult than Ark Survival Ascended, or maybe even the latest or oldest version. I guess the newest version of Ark Survival Evolved, even though that's discontinued now. This is hard, man. This is grindy. Anywho, I got just a few more narco berries before running back to throw it all into the mortar and pestle to start cooking up the narcotics. And in the meantime, I ventured back into the engram page to look into the next few engrams that I could unlock to speed up this grindy process. Is that a parasaur saddle at level 10 right here? Okay, I'm definitely gonna unlock that as soon as I hit level 10. And you get a lot of stuff at level 10. After level 10, they go by 5. So you get stuff at level 10, 15, 20, 25, and then so on. That's kind of annoying. It is really annoying, actually. On day 4, I finally got up to that level 10, and I got access to a ton of new engrams. As planned, the first thing I unlocked was the parasaur saddle, shortly followed by the cooking pot, as I still wanted to test if farming those gave any XP. The spyglass. Bow and arrow, level 15. Yeah, you get tranks at level 20, okay. Shoot. There was a dilo slowly creeping up on me, so I crafted a couple of extra spears before handling the situation in a peaceful manner. Hello. Dodged it. Now let's take out this one. Bang. I'm that good. Those 2 rascals actually came in clutch, as I now had just enough hide and everything else to craft Perry a saddle straight away. Since tranks unlock at level 20, the only way I could tame a Perry was to beat its noggin in with clubs, so of course I unlocked the engram for that. But you know, I also don't have access to bolas, so immobilizing one would be an issue. However, there was one thing that could help me out. So I'm hoping I could find a parasaur that's stuck in a tree or something. Got my clubs in my hotbar. I know I saw some parasaurs back this way, so let's head over. The first Perry I ran into was actually stuck in a bunch of palm trees, and it was a level 80. Alright, I'm gonna smack it once and test it. Yeah, it's stuck. It's stuck. Perfect. Go to sleep, go to sleep. These Perrys are making some weird sound effects. That does not sound anything like a parasaur. Yes, it's asleep. It's asleep. I got it. Oh, I'm worried when I break the trees it's gonna kill it. Freeing it from the grasp of the trees was a future problem for future me though. I first had to worry about actually taming the Perry. So I fed it the mayho berries to start the taming process, and after inspecting it, I saw its food was draining rather quickly. Unfortunately, the same had to be said for the torpor as well, so I ran back home to get my narcotics. Then when I returned, I fed it a piece and watched it as it tamed for a while. Dude, taming is so slow. Like, I have good taming rates on. I think I've got 5x taming. It's level 80 parasaur, man. Yeah, old art definitely is harder. This meant I basically had to babysit this Perry. So I got to work on picking the bushes for more narco berries and mayho berries while also keeping a close eye on its torpor and feeding it when necessary. This Perry sure is taking its sweet time to tame, man. This takes forever. Old Ark had some low rates. Oh, it's raining. Sweet, okay, that'll keep me hydrated for a bit. It was a very early and rainy morning of day 5 when Perry the OG finally woke up. Oh, whoa, okay, dude. Is this necessary? The dossier takes up your whole screen? What? Oh, okay, so these are all the creatures you gotta unlock. Or you can unlock, I guess. Anyway, let's name it. You already know what I'm gonna name it, Perry. I threw the saddle on Perry, and I also had this dino glass skin in my inventory, so I dragged that onto the saddle and gave him a fresh fit too. Now Perry's got some drip. Absolute drip. Alright, it's night and it's raining, so it's kind of cold. Perry was still stuck though, so I had to break him out of the trees by munching them, which was very scary and nerve-wracking as the last time that I tried to get out of trees, I got launched and insta-killed. Okay, we're good. We're good. Thankfully, we're good. Sweet. Alright, well now I can use the Perry. What are these sound effects? It was better at farming the berries, of course, though. However, it had a major flaw, and that was the fact that it had to complete stop every time I attacked, as opposed to just being able to run around and bite at the same time. Speaking of its bite, the range also seemed to be nerfed a bunch. I had to pretty much hit the bushes exactly on the point if I wanted to farm them. Alright, well, I'm gonna use this. We're gonna try and farm up a bunch of narcotics here. Level up. I mean, the parasaur is definitely better than farming by hand, but not that much better. This is pretty unimpressive. Oh, there's no way we're stuck again. Man, you just get stuck on trees like every time. Can't even bite the tree. Just destroy it by hand. There we go. I'm free. I'm free! I did get attacked by a dilo, but I completely dodged its spit, then hopped off Perry to chuck a couple of spears into its cranium. Alright, well, now I have a mount, I can at least do some damage. This turtle's stuck right here. If I can bite it without breaking the tree, it should be good to kill it. Somehow the turtle's bite range was twice the size of Perry's, so I decided to just leave it stuck there and run back home to craft the narcotics for levels instead. Okay, let's craft these narcotics, craft all 22 of them. Should be some decent levels for me. Oh yeah, here we go. Where do you learn a Pteranodon saddle at? Level 35? Well, I'm not gonna be able to take flight for a while. Anyways, the narcotics left me just shy of level 15, so I need to find something to kill since I need more spoiled meat. Okay, here we got dodos. I think it's about time that I start venturing inland. I'm gonna demolish this stuff for resources, and we need to go find a permanent place to set up, you know? Dinosaurs gain XP super slowly. Like, the passive experience you get from just, I guess, existing is almost non-existent. I did not forget about the dodos either. I still needed the raw meat, so they had to go. Man, these sound effects are goofy. Okay, Perry's gotta level up. This dodo's running from that dilo. Hitting level 15 will be good and all, but I really need to get to level 20, if not level 25, because I think that's where I can get metal tools. Okay, yeah, I can get metal tools at level 25, and a crossbow, and stone. Yeah, level 25 is definitely the goal. I think alpha dinos exist. I feel like killing alpha dinos is definitely gonna have to be the move, so I can keep gaining experience. It's gonna be like the main struggle of this 100 days. I did get assaulted by a gang of compies, but Perry had my back. There we go. Perry, it's a level 12. We can't be serious. Man, meat only stacks to 20.
Give you meat.
Dog. For now, it didn't matter all that much as I need to split it all to spoil anyway. But I could only imagine how annoying that would get once I had a decently strong creature that can harvest meat at a greater rate. Man, what I would give for just one singular explorer note right now. It would do so much good for me. Before continuing the journey, I had to restock on spears, so I did a quick pit stop to smack up a rock and craft a whole 6 more spears. Oh, this will get me to level 15 too. Oh, I already am level 15, so get me to 16. Since I had a bunch of new engrams at my disposal, I got to unlocking the essentials like the bow and arrow, then spikes, and part of high drip. I gotta unlock the rest of hide armor at level 20. Bruh. Anyway, I should make a bow and arrow. Let's take out these dinos and stuff first. This meat's about to spoil. I did craft the hide pants and chest piece since I had those two pieces unlocked at least. And I continue to bring death upon any living creature along this beach in the name of progress, of course. Finally starting to snowball at a decent rate here. Oh, there's no level up animations. I didn't even realize that at this point. That's kind of nice. The level up animations are honestly really annoying. Oh, here's bugs. Here's bugs. Okay, this is actually important. I can get chitin. Yo, why are they so fast? The Pteranodon saddle was locked behind level 35, but getting the chitin early on couldn't hurt, so I took down the buggy boys, which made the game throw another jump scare at my face. Did you kill the one over here, Perry? Yeah, you did. Good job, Perry. Dude, fighting with the parasaur is so clanky. Anywho, I packed up the rest of the bugs and I was actually up to level 18 now, slowly but surely getting closer to that level 20 and then level 25. I don't want to venture too far up any mountains because then I'm just going to run into a saber tooth that I have no way of killing because bolas don't exist. But so far this does seem to be pretty safe. With this version of Ark just being so old, there's really not that many dinosaurs. I'll put up a list of the creatures that are in the game right now, but I think there's like 30 at most, man. There's not many at all. They released the map and then like every few weeks they would add a few creatures. Oh, there's a scorpion right there. Okay. On day 6, I had to do a prompt 180 as there were raptors up ahead and I cannot throw spears off the back of Perry. Shoot, I've actually got to be really careful here. Oh, what? That Rex totally just spawned in behind me. I was just down that beach. The situation I found myself in was actually not optimal since I was kinda sandwiched. I couldn't deal with the raptors since I didn't have bolas and there was no way I could get past the Rex either. Oh, there's a Bigfoot up there. I didn't know those were in the game. Hold up, that could be clutch. Let me fight this. Oh, the effect doesn't even work for the dinos. Doesn't make your screen green. Anywho, I smacked up the dilo's body and I unlocked the sleeping bag engram before crafting wood so I could respawn here in case my life came to an abrupt end. I also made a new campfire to cook up more meat and I continued up the hill in search of a somewhat safe but primarily defensible area to set up in. Alright, this area looks alright. I'll post up against this little rock wall right here. There's an Oviraptor. Okay, those are in the game. Let's farm some more wood for this campfire, and then I'm gonna try and tame that Bigfoot. It's kind of sketchy taming them. You kind of just have to go up behind them and hope they don't aggro you, and then feed them. I think, that should still be how they work, right? Surely they're not knockout tames. I guess I just had to go and find out one way or another, but I actually did want to tame it. This might be the last time you guys ever see me alive, until I respawn, that is. Okay, where is it? Where'd it go? No, it's around here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, it's bloody. It fought something. We're gonna crouch. Ooh! Need to be level 30? Oh, no way. Really? There goes my entire plan. So for the time being, I decided just to post up here and try my best to level up quickly. Since crafting narcotics has been working so well for me, I wanted to continue doing just that. I queued some up and then hopped on Perry to do the mandatory lawn mowing for more berries. Okay, here we go. I'm level 20. What else can I get? Okay, here we got trank arrows. Nice. Forge. I unlocked the magnifying glass, the remaining pieces of high drip, a trike saddle, and parachutes. And I just got stuck in a tree, as usual. Oh, boom, another level up. Okay, this narcotic strategy definitely works. I split a bunch of raw meat in my inventory, and I got a few more narco berries before getting jumped by buggy boys. Oh, more bugs. More bugs. Okay. I could probably get all the chitin I need from these guys. Hold up. Let's lure them over here. Okay, and here I got these guys to deal with. I split all the new raw meat up as well and ran back to my outpost to start cooking while I continued mowing the lawn and hosting new guests on my property. Easy little level up. When I got back to camp, I just had to wait around until I finally hit that level 25. Level 24 should hit level 25 here in a second. Bang. Now I could actually unlock the smithy and the metal tools as well as a crossbow and pike. Okay, I can make trank arrows. Let's take all this stuff. Now we're gonna go move up to a mountain somewhere and find a spot where we can set up a little more permanently and get some metal. I packed everything up, then hopped on the back of Perry and headed inland towards the center of the map. I know where I want to build And it's somewhere that doesn't exist in the new arc anyways. Alright, I'm gonna have my hide sleeping bag on standby in case I get jumped by raptors or anything. So I can just jump off my parasaur and place it before I die. Running through the jungle, I spotted a blue drop glowing through the thick foliage, so I pulled up to see if I could open it. Oh, holy mistake. Okay, let's be quick about this. I had to wait for it to land first though. So in the meantime, I looked through my inventory to see what technological advancements I could craft. I have over 100 narcotics, man. That's really good, actually. Should make a bow. How many arrows can I make? 6? I'm gonna need more than that. Need at least 7. Alright, I'm sorry. Okay, there's the drop. Sit on this guy to be safe. Now let's make... We have 42 arrows, screw it. Man, these craft quick. Okay, let's hope I can open this drop. Yes! Where's the drop inventory? Oh, it's this. Are we serious? Really? That was not worth risking my life for at all. The hike through the jungle continued into day 7, and I was still just as terrified going through these dense forests as before, even after the sun came up. Whoa, Dilo, chill, man. Just passing through. Oh! Dude, the bugs sound like gunshots when they bite you. It's terrifying. Oh, there's metal up there on the pillar. There was a green drop coming down close by, so of course I wanted to check that out. That is until a whole Carno appeared. Oh, there's Carnos and raptors everywhere. Oh, shoot. This is not good. There's metal up there, but I can't get to it. I ran back into the jungle for now as I thought it was safer, but I changed my mind when a gang of raptors entered my field of view. Luckily, they were stuck in a rock, so I got out of there, but the other side was not so welcoming either. Oh, gang, we might be cooked here. I think I bit off more than I can chew. No! Go, go. I'm sorry, Perry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Perry. I ran all the way through that jungle and out to another beach, but there were even more raptors here. There's raptors everywhere. I gotta take out these bugs. I don't have a crosshair, man. I took the buggy boys out, but I couldn't stop to harvest them. I then quickly hid behind a rock to regain my stamina and ran up the hill a bit where I found a couple of Ankies and a dead scorpion. Oh, we killed the scorpion. This Anki might be strong. What level are you? Level 8? Okay, definitely not strong. Level are you? 36? Yeah. Okay, so if you can't tell, this is where the redwoods normally is. There's no redwoods. And there's a nice little pond where the redwoods is supposed to be. It's on the other side of the redwoods mountain over there. But I thought it would be safe, but I'm very mistaken. I had to slow down for a second and assess the situation since I was somewhat safe on this hill. First, I crafted a new sleeping bag and placed it down right here on the edge before looking around to see what danger roamed the area. See, there's a Carno down there, raptors over there, there's a Spino in the river. Where the redwoods are at is kind of looking safe, or rather where the redwoods are supposed to be. I did have to get going though, as a raptor was slowly getting closer. I wanted to make a parachute and glide off, but I needed some thatch, so I quickly sourced that from a local tree. Parachute, and make another sleeping bag too. I guess I can jump over that way. There was a Rex over there, but now there's just Brontos. Did they kill it? Guess I'm about to go find out. One of the Brontos was fighting an Alpha Raptor, which I really would have liked to kill for free levels, but I had a mission to accomplish here, so I didn't want to get distracted. I bit off more than I can chew, and I lost Perry in the process. I can't let his death be in vain. Okay, this area is looking somewhat safe as I see a raptor. Okay. Let's keep it going. I did get absolutely swarmed by a whole nation of buggy boys, but luckily my bow did not let me down and I got them before they could do any real harm. Raptor right there. 2 raptors. Ow! I ran up to hide for a minute and repaired my tools before farming up a few extra arrows and making one more parachute as a backup just in case I get cornered again. Level 28, that's not bad. This is difficult, man. I never realized how easy bolas make life. The main immobilizer of this old arc was also working wonders though. I think that parasaur's stuck. I might tame that. I gotta deal with these compies. Why are you level 8 and tanking shots? Once those were dealt with, I ran back to the parasaur, but it was only a level 4. So instead of befriending it, I decided to just set it free of the suffering of this world and get some hide in return. You can see I am where the redwoods usually is. Just kind of at the center of the map. It's trying to pathfind to me. I'm about to need water, dude. How am I in such a cooked situation? Because I went into the middle of the island with just a crappy parasaur. Where's that saber? Oh, it's down there. It left. As my thirst bar depleted completely, I placed another sleeping bag down and crafted yet another. Looking around in my dire situation, my only hope seemed to be to jump over the swamp and parachute to that hill over there. I tried to use an advanced technique called parkour to get on top of this rock, but that failed miserably. So on day 8, I just sent it. Well, this very well could be the end of me. No, there's a snake right where I'm shooting for. Okay, I think I can get over here. This parachute's actually working better than I thought it would. Yes! Yes. I had to get out of the swampy area though, as it was not safe at all. Unfortunately though, I did attract the attention of a couple of raptors just below me. So now I had to wait for them to chill out before making any moves. Just gotta get to like a beach, man. Parachute, come in clutch again, please. Rex is stuck right there. I've just gotta cut around the corner of this swamp, get towards the green obelisk. Sarko sees me. Why is it so bouncy? Why does it walk like that? Why do they walk like that? They look funny. I did lose the Sarkos pretty quickly, but now I had a whole army of Dilos chasing me. Come on, Trike. That Trike's like the doom slayer of those Dilos, bro. There's so many. But I did make it up to the green obelisk finally, and it even started raining, so my thirst was no longer an issue. The Dilos were also gone, so I pulled out my bow and took care of any buggy boys that followed me here. After harvesting those, I repaired my bow, and I actually wanted to get down to the green obelisk. There was, however, a snake in my path though, so I introduced it to the good old-fashioned bow and arrow. Should be relatively squishy as long as I hit headshots. It's dead. Oh, I hate when that dossier pops up. Holy hide. I also hit level 30, so I went prone in a corner to look through the engram page. I unlocked the sickle, the sword, and dotic saddle engrams before going over to the entrance to the green obelisk. This place is just filled with snakes. Anyways, I ran down to get a bit of thatch for another parachute, but that's when I spotted a dead snake near the river. So of course, I wanted to harvest that up for hide, knowing that they'd give me a ton of it. No! Why? Bang. Okay. More free hide. I was actually getting close to level 35, which is when I could finally unlock the Pteranodon saddle and take flight. However, I also have to figure out how I'm actually gonna go about taming one of those since there aren't any bolas. It's just having a crossbow with a trank in it to be able to knock it out in one shot, because I can't bola them. Oh, there's a frog. Hold up, a frog could be really good. There's a few frogs. This area looks to be safe. Taming a frog could be so good. There was just one snake that I had to take care of that I saw earlier, but I kind of lost it. Not to worry though, as it made itself known shortly after. Oh, I didn't even see you. The high donation was definitely appreciated. Anyhow, one of the frogs I saw was actually stuck in between some rocks, so I crafted some of my stone arrows into tranks and then unlocked the Bezo Bufo saddle and got to knocking it out. I'm so sketched out doing this. This has probably been the most scared I've ever played Ark in a while. Start knocking it out. Oh, it's asleep. I dragged some raw meat over to its inventory, and just like with Perry, its torpor drained rather quickly, so I did have to wait around and babysit it. There's a piranha right there. It's gonna attack it as soon as it tames. Can I make the saddle? Fiber and paste. I only need 5. I should be able to make it. I farmed up a thatch foundation and mortar and pestle. I then set up both nearby and cooked up 5 cementine paste that I needed for the saddle. Perfect, dude. This is actually working. Alright, let's make sure this guy's not waking up. This frog's not going to be strong, and it's not going to be able to carry much, but it's going to be quick simply because of their huge jumping range ability. Let's make the saddle. While waiting for the frog to eat, I crafted a new campfire and set it down on my foundation to cook some more food. On day 9, I repaired my crossbow and restocked on arrows while also crafting a few narcotics just before the frog woke up. Oh, yes, it's tamed. Kermit. Hello, Kermit. Me and you are gonna conquer this old Ark together. I hope. I put the glasses on the saddle and threw it on Kermit. Luckily, he could carry me and all my belongings. Also, when jumping, by the time I landed, Kermit would actually get all of his stamina back. By the time he's on the ground, he's gained the stamina back from when he jumped. That's so good. This is so good. This is actually amazing. This is the best position we could be in. To test out Kermit's combat capabilities, I pulled up to lick a snake fighting compies. And it was fair to say that the frog was actually quite the upgrade from Perry. Bang. We're killing everything. Oh, there's a raptor right there. Hold up, I can help this situation. Yes, dude, I can actually fight now. This is so good. Since taming this was so easy, I actually wanted to go back and try and find a higher level frog. God, I know there's more frogs. Or a frog at least. That snake's stuck. Oh, the second frog I found was a level 64. I wanted something with a little higher torpor though. Also, I'm pretty sure capros aren't a thing just yet in this version, so looking around these swamps is not nearly as scary as looking around the swamps on the current Ark. Let's do health. I'm level 34, almost 35. Who are you? An 88. That's actually good. Remember, as I said earlier, the max level is only 120. The level 88 frog seemed to be like a much better tame. However, I actually remembered seeing a Rex stuck on some rocks near here. So I wanted to go and check that out first. If it stays stuck, maybe I can tame it. What level can I get a Rex at? 60? Ooh. Yeah, not for a while. Oh, hello. Anyways, I threw hands with a local scorpion, and while doing so, I also licked up a couple of buggy boys, which reminded me that I could farm paste very easily. The FOV in Old Ark is definitely way more zoomed in than you can get it in the latest versions of Evolved and Ascended, obviously. This is as far out as I can go. You get really nice and personal with all of your dinosaurs. Some buggy boys, I'll kill them for paste. Oh, I don't really... Did the Rex get out? No, it's still there. It's like phasing in and out of reality. Okay. Can I check your level without you biting me? It's like, oh, it's 2 Rexes in 1, I think. Anyways, it's only level 28. Probably kill it, to be honest. As soon as I bit its tail, it stopped phasing in and out of reality, so I couldn't take it down after all. Yeah, okay, it's just gonna tear through everything now. Alright, time to stop the dilly-dallying. I need to go where I've been planning to build all along. I did get assaulted by a gang of Meganoras, which stocked me up on a ton of pace, but more importantly, I hit level 35 and 36. I unlocked the shotgun engram before getting slightly interrupted by a snake. There's no cooldown on how you can spam food, so you can heal your dino up super quickly. Basically as fast as you can click, which is really nice. Oh, here's some metal. Farm up a little bit to carry on me, enough for a smithy and a metal pickaxe, and I can finally lay down a forge. Continuing the journey, I packed up yet another family of buggy boys, and while hopping through the forest, I spotted a blue drop, so of course I had to pull up. There was a Rex causing havoc in the area, so I accepted the free donation of hide before opening up the drop to find a pair of ramshackle chitin gauntlets. But now that I was at a decent vantage point, I could actually see my destination. Oh, I can see it, dude. Here it is, man. The promised land. It's just this little pond, this big open grass field where the redwoods usually is, with this view of the volcano and basically, a majority of the Ark, really, the island. Look what they took from us when they put the redwoods in. I'm so building here. The spot is just too pretty not to. Life will be amazing, but it's not the safest area, that's for sure. Oh, really? Yeah, get out of here. This is what I was trying to get to with Perry, but it took the death of Perry and then a lot of pain and struggle, but we got here. We got here in the end. Perry's sacrifice was not in vain. He will be remembered. I found the spot where I wanted to set up, and I killed a scorpion as well as a few bugs to establish this as my land now. Alright, time to set up a thatch foundation with a forge so I can get metal smelting. So, I'll place it right here. As for the forge, I still needed to farm pretty much everything. That includes fiber, the stone, and flint, and then lastly, wood. Okay, there we go. There's my forge. Now, with a bit of metal cooking, I checked the smithy engram, for which I needed more wood and stone again. Then, when I returned to my singular foundation base, I grabbed the metal and crafted the smithy. I also just hit level 40, but before checking out the new engrams, I placed the smithy to store some of my stuff away and finally crafted the metal pickaxe. That's an interesting sound effect. There we go, finally, day 10. Metal. Of course, I had to set down a sleeping bag as well, since I did not want to go through that journey of getting here in case I died. And I'm gonna go farm a decent amount of metal here. Okay, come on, Kermit. Got things to do. Okay, we do have Rexes around here, which can be a little good and bad. Bad obviously because the Rex can just come and ruin my day. But, there is one boss in this version of Ark, and that's the Broodmother, actually. And it just takes artifacts to spawn. It takes like 5 artifacts, and there's no tributes. But I'm definitely gonna need an army of Rexes to actually, defeat the Broodmother. Anyways, the Rexes were a somewhat future problem for a future me. Unless they pull up to my front door, of course. But for now, I just have to get metal, which I soon found atop of this hill. Oh, what'd you kill there, dude? What level are you? 6. Anywho, I ran into a Pteranodon on my way back, and I licked it to get it to move, and surprisingly, it took off immediately. So to tame one, I'm gonna have to send it to sleep with just 1 trank. I'm gonna have to get like a long neck dart if I wanna, because once I shoot it, it's just gonna fly away. I can't bullet them, so I'm gonna have to get something super potent to be able to knock it out in 1 shot. When I returned, I threw the metal into the forge and lit it up to cook while I chopped some more wood for it. Alright, and I'm level 40 as I said a little bit ago. Let's see what I can unlock with that. Oh, we can get stone. The annoying bit about unlocking engrams is that to unlock certain engrams, I obviously needed a few previous ones. But the game does not auto unlock them, so I have to go back and manually find all the previous engrams that I need just to unlock the new one that I actually want. So I spent a hot minute unlocking all the structures that I needed before looking into the smithy again to craft a metal hatchet as well. Yeah, so let's start farming up for a stone base here. Not too many resources around here, but it's just too cool of an area to not build in. Okay, and with that should be everything I need to make a stone 2x2, like a full stone 2x2. So let's set that up real quick. Before I could get to that though, I had to deal with a couple of uninvited guests that appeared on my property. Thankfully, one of the raptors decided to just run away, so I got to 1v1 the second burglar. Oh, they split up. You ain't winning this fight, Brody. I really do need a stronger frog though. Just heal back up before I fight the next one. Okay, let's assemble this base. Assemble. Okay, well, I assembled the shack to the best of my ability. As you can see, I heavily messed up here, but I can't place this. The forge is clipping into it, sadly. So the only reasonable next move was, of course, to take my anger out on a nearby raptor. Anyways, a decent amount of metal had smelted by now, so I looked into the smithy to see what else I could craft. Craft a sickle, craft a crossbow as well. Just have to gather the fiber for it. My next plan of action for the base was to get a spike wall up around it. Since this wasn't the safest of areas and raptors like to spawn around here, I have to clearly show them the bounds of my property upon which they must not trespass. So I put my new sickle to use by gathering fiber first. And I then hop my way out to the jungle to collect the wood and thatch. However, I also got some free cementing paste in the form of buggy boys. Let's craft these spikes. Gonna need more than that. I'm also gonna need a gate, which of course are expensive. Some stone and wood. Why does a wood gate need stone, man? So weird. Oh, and I'm level 45. Okay, what can I unlock with this? Okay, electronics. Oh, flak. The first half of flak at least. The rest was only unlocked at level 50. Anyways, I farmed up the rest of the spike walls and the dino gate before returning to the crib and setting things up. Got my spikes here. Let's put them up against the base where there's this hole. Okay, now let's place the gate. Go, and I'd say I need about 3 more spikes. I don't know, I can probably get away with 2. I can in fact not get away with 2. It's crazy they took them so many years to add the pickup feature in. It's insane to me. I farmed up the last spike wall though, and then fully enclosed the base. Well, if we can even call this a base. Anyhow, I wanted to make some flak next, but I was surprised to find out that it was not crafted inside the smithy. Oh, flak's crafted at a fabricator? What? Okay, that's a crazy change. That's a crazy mix-up for sure. And also try and go up to a mountain and get some crystal for a spyglass. That would be super helpful. The closest spot that I knew had some crystal for sure had to be the volcano. So I jumped my way over to it on the back of Kermit. Oh, 116 stego? Be crazy to tame. Oh, my first RGs. Oh, they're after me. They're like tiny and they're really ugly. These old models are terrible. They should be thankful to the Ark gods that they got a remodel, because they look bad. Ugly birds aside, I made it to the path that leads up and into the volcano. Oh! Why do the RGs sound like that? Oh, it's really laggy up here. I soon came across the first little cluster of crystal, so I mined it up. I needed some extra crystal for the fabricator as well, since I actually do need one of those for the flak now. Alright, let's get down from here. I can never say no to some free metal though, so I filled my pockets before descending the volcano. I am actually freezing to death. I gotta get off this mountain. Okay, there's a cave. I'm definitely gonna have to go into that cave to get an artifact. I know the caves are different from the caves that we know now. They're in the same spots as they are, but they are laid out and they look completely different. On day 12, I finally crafted the spyglass, so I took a second to look around and see the levels of a few creatures that were around me. It's level 8 Spino. Level 104, oh that's not bad. Holy PTs, okay. Surely there's a good level somewhere in here, but there is also a Rex. Yeah, not a good area, dude. Oh, that Rex is almost dead. Hold up. It was also sparring a Paracer, so I pulled up to help and lick its toes with Kermit, and soon the Rex dropped dead, so I got me some free hide. I then checked the levels of all the Pteranodons in the sky above me, but they were all mid. Wow. That's crazy. Every one of these is terrible. When I returned back home, I threw the little bit of metal that I had into the forge and I stored away some stuff in the smithy. I then went out to farm a few extra spikes as I actually wanted to tame me a pteranodon. Meganor here, might as well kill him, easy levels. And paste. Once I had the spikes made, I hopped back out to the open area where I saw all the PTs, and the highest level one I saw was a level 72, which isn't terrible, but nor is it great. Like, I know I can do better than that though. Going back down to the beach, I spotted a couple of Ankies fighting scorpions, but they both sucked. At least I got some free chitin though. I can't believe they used to play with these low levels, man. This is rough. Oh, I don't even have my narcotics on me. If I do find a PT, I'm just not going to be able to tame it. Say a prime, which I can probably get some. Finding anything above a level 80 was hard, let alone finding a max level being 120. Yellow drop, what are the odds I can open this? Kinda doubt it. I guess we'll never know because I got jumped by the entire Swamp Nation as soon as I got close. Okay, I'm out of here. I guess I should have stayed by my base. I thought there would be more PTs out this way, but I guess not. On that note, I turned back around and hopped my way back home towards the base. And I even came across a big red sausage on top of the metal mountain. Alright, I gotta keep that in mind. Killing that would give me a ton of XP. And a 104 Spino would be really nice. Oh! Scared me, if you couldn't tell. The rivers are so shallow in Old Ark. There's like no depth to them at all. When I made it back to base, I sorted some of my stuff out and headed right back out. At this point, I've made peace with the fact that I was not going to find a high level pteranodon and I just had to work with what I got. Alright, I just stopped by my base to drop off some stuff and I think the best level pteranodon I've seen is like a level 74, man. Pretty terrible. Maybe a level 72, I don't know which one it was, but it's the best one I've seen, so I'm going to try and find it again and then tame it. It should just be on this hill somewhere up here. There it is, level 72, but of course there's Rexes nearby. I had to wait for the PT to land, so in the meantime I hopped on over to this purple drop. Really? Man, these drops are terrible in Old Ark. Oh, there's the 72, it's coming down.
Nope.
Really? Oh dude, I need you to land. While the PT took its sweet time flying around, the Rex that was in the area was absolutely tearing through all the other dinos. But, hold up. I should probably harvest that for prime meat. Oh, one of these Rexes is dead. With a little bit of prime meat acquired and another gangs of bugs expired, the level 72 Pteranodon finally landed, but it was right next to the Rex. No way the 72's down right here. Yo, dude, you gotta get away from the Rex. Okay, it's going that way. I'm taking my shot. No! Just land again, man. I need to shoot your head. Just come in to land. Die, Meganor. But the PT was finally on the ground, walking around, ready for me to send a trank straight into its noggin. I killed it. No way. Oh, there's no way. We can't be serious. Oh, what's my next best option? There was a level 56 Pteranodon landed by these Yankees, but it took off, so I quickly shot it in the body this time. Will it go to sleep? Yes! Okay. Let's grab this meat. Heyo. I fed the PT, however, I soon found myself in quite the conundrum. Oh, really? No, I'm stuck on it. Yeah, this used to be an issue for quite a while, actually. I couldn't really do anything about it either, as my frog was just too far away from me to mount it, while also being too close for it to come any closer. And there was no whistle command telling a dinosaur to go to a certain point. Yeah, I've got a scorpion coming. Dude. What do I do about this? Luckily, by the Art God's divine intervention, another wild Pteranodon decided to walk straight through me and free me of my prison. Oh, am I free? I'm free. Oh, that PT walking into me is so clutch. No way. Unfortunately though, that's where my luck ran out, as very soon after that, a wild raptor spotted my sleeping Pteranodon, and you all know what happens next. Oh no! No! We can't be serious! Oh, you ruined everything. Couldn't put my spikes up because I was stuck in it. Now I need more tranks. Oh, what a joke. Back at the crib, I crafted 5 new trank arrows, and I headed right back out to look for another Pteranodon. Oh, there's a 120. There's a 120. Okay, blessing in disguise. This is a max level bird. No way. No way. Do I shoot it in the head? I think I have to. Surely it'll survive it. I don't know. I think I'm gonna shoot it in the body. I don't know, because that... I think I need to shoot it in the head. I'm going back and forth. When it eventually landed, I decided to just dome it. A decision that was clearly not the right one. We can't be serious. Why don't they survive that? They survive. I guess these birds just have less health. Oh, there's no way I just killed a level 120. There's no chance. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Should have just shot it in the body. I did find another level 72 PT on the ground, but I first had to deal with a whole gang of compies and raptors, which were much more interested in destroying my progress than anything else. Why does it just run past me and go straight for the bird? I'm just having no luck with pteranodons, man. Oh, there's a quetzal. What? Is that even possible for me to tame though, solo? Because there's no grapples or anything, so probably not. Anywho, I made it all the way out to the red obelisk basically, but I couldn't help but notice the severe lack of pteranodons here too. It seemed as though the center of the map was really the only good spot to find any. Oh, Alpha Raptor, what? Soon enough, I found another level 72 Pteranodon, so I pulled out my crossbow and shot it in the body. Is it not going to sleep? No, I can't knock it out. I need darts. Darts exist, right? Level 65 for darts? We're joking, right? So I need like a level 56 or below. I followed the PT as I could definitely land one more arrow on it and get it to go to sleep. Oh, it's out of stamina. Oh, I got it. It's asleep. No way. I immediately covered it in spikes to protect it from the unfortunate events such as a raptor invasion. Okay, I have it trapped in up against this rock. So headshots just seem to do a crazy multiplier. Body shots seem to be the move. I packed up a couple of dilos that tried to pull up before hopping in with the PT and feeding it some narcotics. Now I had to go and source some prime meat for it while it lost hunger. However, that might be a bit harder considering there are no baby dinos in this arc. Alright, now how does a man like myself come across some more prime meat? Killing titanoboas is usually pretty easy. Alpha Rex, there's no way. There is no way. I ran around the other side where the swamp was and I killed the first snake that I found, giving me a couple of pieces of prime meat. I wanted to get just a few more though, so I pulled up to another group of snakes next. Alright, I got all the prime meat I need. I need to get out of here. Hermit is level 6-7. Nice.
No! God, please, no!
Anyways, back at the PT, I jumped in again and fed it the prime. While waiting for it to eat, I repaired my armor and I crafted some fresh hide kicks as well since I've been rocking the cloth ones this whole time. Man, the PTs sound really weird too. Looking at its stats, it already had 180 weight pre-tame. And as for its health, it was only sitting at 360, which explains why they're so fragile. That's pretty terrible. But I guess headshots just have to do a crazier multiplier than they do now. Yes. Alright, I'm gonna name this and let me know down in the comments if you know which series, not of my own, but of somebody else's series that did arc probably 10 years ago now on this game. Let me know if you know where this name's from. Checking the stats out after tame, Flappy Dave actually had a whopping 720 points in the stamina, which is much better than anything we get nowadays. What? That's insane. 390 melee? Okay, hold up. Leveling definitely works different than it used to. Alright, Flappy Dave, follow me. Oh, there's an Alpha Raptor outside my base. What a joke. When I whistled Flappy to stop following me, he kinda just stayed hovering midair. Flappy practicing dark magic aside, I ran inside to unlock the saddle. I was just missing some fiber to craft one, so I whipped the sickle out and gathered that real quick. Okay, let's make it. Oh, no. This Alpha Raptor's attacking my base. We gotta go. We have to go. On the bright side, I did craft the PT saddle, but I now had to deal with a whole Alpha Raptor raiding my base. It was only a level 12, so I left Kermit up on a rock and hopped on Flappy to try and fight it. What's your... No, Kermit's following me. Think I'll be able to... Oh my. Okay, I found a spot where I can hit it and it can't hit me. Thanks to Flappy's incredible stamina stat, I could just hover over the raptor for a long time and actually kill it. Yes, dude. I crafted a new spike wall to replace the broken one and I flew back inside to level myself up. Oh, I got a ton of levels. What? I got 8 levels from that. I'm level 58. Yeah, killing alphas is definitely the move. I put some points on Flappy into weight and stamina, but in this old arc, you can actually also level up movement speed and flyers. Wait, how fast is he now? Oh, he's super quick. Oh, this is crazy. Oh, yeah. Flyers are just overpowered in this. Okay, things are finally coming together. It was also about time that I get my storage system sorted. Since my base is only one wall tall though, I couldn't fit any large storage boxes inside, so instead I'm gonna have to place it outside. There's my box. I'm honestly just gonna throw everything in it. I brought Kermit back inside as well before flying up to the hill nearby to try and get some metal. Whoa! Here we got some metal. Let's head back to base. Man, this bird being a level 72, imagine if I tamed that 120, then killed the alpha raptor. Stats would be crazy on it. I also went out to gather wood for the forge before lighting it again and repairing my tools. Level 59, okay. What all can I unlock? I'm almost at Rex saddles. There's fridge, air conditioner. I also unlocked other necessities such as spark powder, gunpowder, the shotguns, the long neck, and all their respective bullets. You ain't getting in here. Why are they not being damaged to my spikes though? One thing I'm still yet to make though was a mortar and pestle, so I flew out to handle the raptors for some hide. Then going out to the forest to farm the stone, I also wanted to get everything else needed to craft some more walls to expand on my base upwards by one. Since at the moment the ceiling being so low was pretty claustrophobic and I couldn't even fit boxes inside. Okay, got a little campfire here to cook up some food. I'll probably keep it outside to save room in the base. These walls are so small compared to the ones in ASA. They look funny. Oh, I can't even build a cross like this. I do need to add a whole nother foundation. I did have to expand the side where I had my forge though, as I didn't really want to live in a base with a giant hole in the wall. So on day 16, I flew out to farm up a few more walls in the ceiling to properly expand it. Just demolish this. Okay, here we go. The base is expanded a little bit. Do I need to replace spikes? Maybe? For now, I left the spikes be, and I instead flew out to get more metal. Oh, that's a 108 Anki. That would be really good to tame. Metal could be really good with that. Alright, yeah, I've got to tame that. No doubt. The inner addiction spoke, and I must obey. An opportunity to make metal farming easy like this shall not be passed up on. So I immediately flew back home to make trank arrows and farmed up some spike walls. Alright, that should be enough spikes. I've got just under 50 tranks. Before I do that, I should probably retame a parasaur or some berry harvester though. I think a level 40 trike would work perfectly. I shot the trike, then flew up to a rock to shoot down on it from a safe distance. Okay, it's out. I do have some mayo berries on me. Hopefully this tames relatively quickly. After the first feed, I realized it would take a solid few minutes to tame, so I flew back home for now. Oh, I should definitely make a bed if anything goes south. And then I've got this awkward space behind my smithy and forge. I'll place it back there. Bed. I also crafted a trike saddle before noticing I leveled up to level 61. So I looked through the engram page again to see what I could unlock. Not much. Oh, Rex and Spino saddle, that's nice. There's really not that many engrams at all. This is crazy. Like, there's like 29 more engrams that I got left to, or I can learn. Going back to the trike, I fed it a few narcotics, and I picked up a bunch of bushes around for more berries to feed it. Alright, you keep taming my friends. In the meantime, I guess I'll just keep farming metal. I also refueled the forge with more wood. I then grabbed a few more resources and headed out to farm another forge since the metal production with a single one is not the fastest. Let's take out this parasaur for some easy hide. With hide out of the way, I smacked up a rock to craft the second forge, which I ran back home to place. I also split the metal and the wood between the two to double the production speed. Okay, now we got two forges, back to farming metal on a PT. Okay, what do I need for a fabricator? Do I even have that unlocked? Spark powder and oil. I threw some flint and stone into the mortar and pestle to cook, and I flew over to the trike to check on it before flying out to the snow for oil. I can't wait to tame a high level one of these. I don't know if breeding is in this version of Ark. I'll have to figure that out, but an imprinted one of these bad boys would be crazy. They just have so much stamina. Also, being able to level up movement speed is just a blessing in of itself. Oh, there's a ton of oil right here. There's so much more than there is back on ASA. Or over on ASA, I should say. Man, I miss this. As a true American oil enjoyer, I was overly pleased to see the sheer amount of oil at my disposal. RG. Level 108 RG at that. I need to tame that. Okay, that's a decent amount of oil. Let's head back. On my way back through the jungle, I stopped by a yellow drop, which was pretty garbage as all the drops over here are. Ooh! That scared me. Nah, this is pretty useless. By the time I returned, the trike had tamed, but I first wanted to make the fabricator. There we go. There it is. Take this trike saddle. Okay, here we go. There's my fabricator. Now for the trike. I ran up to name it and saddle it so I could bring it home. Trike Dave. Holy screen shake from this thing. They run pretty goofy as well. But the harvesting power was the reason I tamed this thing, and boy was it better than the parasaur. Here we go, this is way better than my parasaur. It's got a way better bite range. I'm not dissing on Perry, it's just this trike is way better. So after a little bit of lawn mowing around the jungle, I stocked up on a very decent amount of narco berries, which I then brought home to cook into narcotics. Okay, I've got my fabricator here. Can I unlock the rest of my flak? Okay, so let's turn this thing on. And yep, craft myself a set of flak. This feels so wrong. This goes against everything I believe in. Crafting flak at a fabricator? Who am I? Regardless of its origin, I now had the full set of flak armor to protect my squishy body. But now it was finally time to go out and tame that level 108 Anki. So I grabbed some of the narcotics and spikes and loaded up the tranks and took off to go and find it again. I usually like to headshot them to knock them out, but headshots seem to do so much damage in this version, I just, don't think it's worth it. So instead, I'm just gonna stand on a rock and shoot down on it and shoot its back. I spotted a few raptors nearby, so I killed those first before locating the level 108 Anki and perching up on a rock. Okay, let's try to hit a trank on this guy without a crosshair. Shoot. On second thought, me not being able to see where their arrows are going was a slight issue, so instead I pulled up to shoot it from another rock. Alright, now, can they scale this? Nope, this should be relatively easy. Alright, it's asleep. Perfect. I led his brothers away to kill them, so I can now tame this fellow in peace. First up, I of course surrounded him in spikes, and then flew back home to get mayho berries. Flying back to the Anki, I fed it a stack of mayho berries, but as I had anticipated, it was taming super slowly. So I'll just leave this how it is, come back and check on it every once in a while. Wait, okay, this is the time. I'm gonna get off my bird, hold E on it. Oh, enable wandering to mate. Okay, so they can mate, it's just you have to enable wandering on them. With that in mind, I really wanted to get an imprinted pteranodon, so I got to work on farming up more spikes. Once I had those crafted, I made a quick pit stop back at home to drop off a few things before heading back out to look for a high level mate for Flappy. Hey, better pteranodons. Where y'all at? Wait, you know what? It's probably not even worth taming pteranodons since I can level up movement speed. It's probably more worth to go straight to RGs. Because I can level up movement speed, they're stronger, got more weight, probably more stamina. It's definitely more worth it just to go straight to RGs from now on. They are, however, slightly more difficult to tame. I first had to farm up a stone trap, and not just any trap, a very expensive one. So let me repair my tools, then I have to do the terrible process of farming stone gates. Oh, level 65. What did I unlock? Generator. Oh, no, I already had this stuff. Oh, I can get darts now. Sweet. With the gates and gateways farmed up and crafted on day 19, I queued up a few more tranks and I then flew over to check on my Anki first. How are you not taking damage to spikes? Whatever. Man, this guy's gonna take like 5 days to tame. They want my Anki, you ain't getting it though. Anyways, I flew over to the volcano to start scouting all the RGs for a high level. After looking at all the birds and seeing they were all mid, I remembered there was a level 108 that I saw while getting oil, so I flew back to it. Okay, here's the 108 RG. This is the best one I've come across. Okay, I can build on this. This would be ideal to knock it out, because it's like away from everything. Okay, I gotta be very particular about this. Alright, it definitely shouldn't be able to get out of this. So, I think I'm just going to try and place the gate behind it. I flew up to get the RG's attention so I could kite it in on the first try. Man, these things are ugly, but I need them. They actually just look like dumb pigeons. Okay, come in here. Oh, no. Oh, I don't think I have enough room. I'm going to have to make another gate. I had to be quick about this. I dropped a bunch of palm trees and smacked up a rock to craft not 1, but 2 extra gates just to be safe. Okay, let's try this now. Hello. I got it. It's trapped in there. Dang. Too easy, dude. Too easy. Now for the fun bit. Trinking it out without killing it. Yeah, I'll just shoot it in the wing. Dude, they are so ugly. RG should be thanking the art gods they got a remodel. The RG became bloody way sooner than I expected though, and I did not want to risk killing it in the slightest. So I took off to look for something that I could kill and feed it. I'm gonna get this guy a dodo or something for him to eat the body. A dilo would also work, so I snagged one from the beaches and I carried it back up to the trap to execute it. Yes, eat that. Oh, it's asleep. Perfect. Dude, these arrows just do a lot of damage. 1400 stamina off the bat. I'm not even gonna have to level that up. I'm just gonna level movement speed on it. I first had to get the prime meat for it though, as it would take centuries to tame off raw meat. There were plenty of other RGs in the area to choose from, so I engaged one of them in a dogfight, which of course I won. After feeding the RG, I flew back home to sort out some stuff and then made my way over to check on the Anki as well, which was about halfway tame now. Back at the RG on day 20, I fed it a few more narcotics to keep it snoozing. What is this picking sound effect? What? That's so weird. Okay, there are actually quetzals everywhere. This one's a level 72. Quetzals could be crazy because you can have movement speed on them. It's just I have no idea how I'd be able to tame one solo. Unless, I don't even think, do rare mushrooms exist? Or rare flowers? The ones you can eat that will make other dinos angry at you? Anyways, I made my way back to base so I could look into making the RG a saddle as well as the Anki. One thing I would surely need more of was hide, of course, so more killing had to be done in the name of progress very soon. Is a chainsaw a thing? No, a chainsaw wasn't added until Scorched Earth. What am I thinking? The hatchet would have to cut it for this one, literally. Surprisingly, I could even take on the Brontos with the Pteranodon and take them down before having to land for stamina. Holy screen shake, man. Holy hide though. Shouldn't need too much more. Time to go check on the RG. It was actually close to being tamed, so I quickly gathered up a bit of fiber and crafted the saddle for it. Oh, it's out of prime meat. Not tame on raw meat, my friend. One more feed and it's mine. Oh, bang. Okay, I guess Pigeon Dave. Hello. I put the glasses skin on the saddle and saddled Pigeon Dave up before looking at his stats. 1500 health, almost 2000 stamina, that's insane. 500 weight, 389 melee. But now with this, I should be able to pick stuff up. Can I pick up this Dodic? No? Okay, is that a setting? Hold up, let me relog here. It could be a setting I need to change. After a quick look into the settings, I actually found the setting that looked promising. So after relogging, I tried to pick up the Anki and that Dodic again, but neither of them worked. Oh no. Can the RG just not pick up stuff? I need to find something small and test this out. What about a saber? Surely it can pick up a saber. Yeah, I can. Oh, it can't pick up. It just can't pick up an Anki and Dodic. That's terrible. Yeah, my trusty Anki and RG metal farming duo was straight up not a thing in this old version of Ark. Okay, well, if I'm gonna want to pick up the Anki and I'll probably tame a Dodic eventually, I'm gonna need a Quetzal. Really have no idea how I'm gonna be able to tame that. I guess let's just get back to base in the meantime. How do I tame you? Anyways, I made it back to base with Flappy Dave and Pigeon Dave, but I didn't stay for too long as I also had to go out and check on my Anki. Oh, okay, there's an Alpha Raptor, level 8. It's not gonna give a ton of levels. The Anki still had plenty of time before it would tame, but there's a Rex now roaming the area, so I'm gonna have to take care of that quickly. Got it. Next, I flew back to take out that Alpha Raptor too, since it was both too close to my base and I needed experience. It's so funny how they just float like this. This looks so goofy. Come on, man, just die. You're level 8. No! Okay, it's not attacking my spikes, which is good. Come on. Bang, got it. Okay, my character got some levels as well. Or maybe A level. Level 6, 7. Alright. I gotta lock in. Let's go see if there's any more Alpha Raptors out and about. There was this level 8 Spino in the river, so I packed that up since Spinos give a lot of experience as well. Since I didn't find any more Alphas though, I had to resort to the next best thing, and that was of course farming metal. Now that I had an RG, I could carry a bit more of it. However, this was before they reduced the weight on certain resources, so metal was just as heavy as everything else in its inventory. So my best bet would probably still be just to tame a Quetzal. I'm gonna have to go back like 10 years on YouTube and look how people tamed Quetzals back then. Some things never change. Dropped inside of the map. Nice. Okay, there we go. Got some more metal smelting up. My Anki's about done taming. But I want to do something. I want to go over to an obelisk and see what I need to actually start a boss fight. Oh, here we go. Yellow drop. Okay, it's halfway in a rock. Will I be able to access it? No. Nice. Whatever. Probably nothing good anyways. These drops suck. I made it to the terminal of the red obelisk, and contrary to my previous belief, there was actually a few dino tributes that I had to get, not just artifacts. Oh, okay, I was mistaken. You do need tributes for it. I was under the impression you only needed artifacts. So I need the artifact of the Hunter, Pack, Massive, Clever, Skylord, Devourer, and then I need 8 Megalodon teeth, 4 Tyrannosaur arms, 4 Argentavis talons, and 2 sauropod vertebrates. Okay, that actually is a decent amount of farming. 6 artifacts? Okay. They're definitely all artifacts that are in caves on land. I'm not gonna have to worry about going in the water too much, I guess, besides just getting the megalodon teeth. I actually wanted to go and explore one of the caves pretty soon to get my hands on the first artifact. However, thylas are not a thing in this arc since there's no redwoods. So my other option for a decent caving creature would of course be the saber-tooth kitty, which I could actually carry with my RG thankfully. Anyways, back at base I spotted a Rex getting a bit too close to my stuff, so I hopped on Pigeon Dave and pulled up to talk business. Killing that also gave me 2 of the 4 Rex arms that I needed for the boss fight. Let me repair my tools here so I can make a trap. The design I was gonna go for would just be a simple 1x1 with windows all around it. Let's go farm that up. Okay, I've got my trap made. Let's go out and find a saber-tooth now. I'm just gonna have to fly around the mountains. I did run into an alpha raptor though, so I now had to kill that since we don't let free experience opportunities like this just come and go. Come on, it's almost dead. Come on, man, just die. Got it. Dude, these things drop terrible loot. Yeah, it's just giving me primitive weapons. Oh, that gave me a ton of XP though. Okay. Level 69, nice. Okay, got some water. Let's begin the hunt for a saber-tooth, a good saber-tooth. I did a lap around the volcano and the metal mountain, but I didn't find anything worth taming just yet. So the search continued into day 23. Man, I am freezing to death. I unlocked the whole set, however I couldn't see how much pelt I would actually get for each piece from the engram page. So I just ignored it and continued looking around the mountains when the sun came up and I no longer took damage from the cold. Man, these levels suck. Okay, here's an 100, I'm gonna take it. Alright, it's not attacking me and its mouth is open for some reason. Anyway, let's head back to base. I'll construct a trap and drop it in there so I can keep an eye on it. I carried the mouth-breathing kitty back home and dropped it off farther away so I could build the trap in peace. Okay, trap's constructed. Let's go get the saber. Where did it go? Did I seriously just lose it? What did it chase? Oh, here we go. So then I dropped it in on the first try. Bang, got it. Bang, it's out. I had to sit and admire pigeons drip for a minute before heading out to get some prime meat for the cat. Right, I need to get some prime meat. This level 8 Spino looked like it could hook me up nicely, so I packed it up and was amazed to see that I got trolled. Spinos don't get prime? What? What? Bruh. At the very least, I found a dead Carno on the beach on day 24, so I got a couple of pieces there. The rest of the prime I sourced from another couple of Carnos, and it was one that I had to promote to the afterlife myself, and a second dead body I found just lying around. When I returned to the saber, I fed it the meat and remembered that I still had an Anki taming, so I flew over to check on it. Oh, it is tamed. Thing is, how do I get this back to base? Yeah, since I cannot carry the Anki with the RG, getting it back home would take a while because I'm just gonna have to walk it. I really needed to figure out how to tame a quetzal sooner rather than later. Back at the crib, my forges were done cooking, so another metal run was calling my name. Alright, after doing about 30 seconds of research, I've come to the conclusion that the only way I'm going to be able to even knock out a quetzal, I'm gonna have to jump off my bird, pull a parachute, shoot it with a dart, get on my bird as quick as I can, follow it, and then, shoot it with another dart. Looks like my saber just tamed as well. On that note, I picked up the saber and brought it back to my slightly crowded home. Man, I'm really running out of real estate in here. I already had everything to make the saber a saddle, so I unlocked the engram and crafted one. Okay, well with this, I actually want to go out and try and get my first artifact, explore my first cave. I think I'll go out to the artifact of the Clever Cave, which is up like just below the volcano on that hill. The stats on the saber weren't looking too bad either, so I hopped on and we ran over to said cave. Okay, here's the cave. Let's head in, see what we're working with. Okay, this already looks way different. Not sure what to expect in here at all. Okay, I can see the resemblance. It has a similar layout. It's just these rocks, everything just looks soaking wet in here, shiny. Surprisingly, there was no cave creatures in here, so I could just run to the back of the cave uncontested. This is where the artifact normally is. Oh, here's a loot drop. Trike saddle blueprint? Nah, I don't need that. This has to be the artifact, right? Even though it's not the artifact, it's just a giant white container. Artifact container? Yeah, it's the artifact of the Clever. Okay, well, that was insanely easy. So I ran out of the cave and back home with 1 out of the 6 artifacts in my pocket. Okay, it's definitely time for a base expansion. I am running out of room here. Let me put this artifact away. Think though I'm gonna have to tame a quetzal. I can't farm by hand, man. I need farming dinos. This is driving me crazy. So let's first make a mortar and pestle. I'm gonna have to cook up a bunch of narcotics. I placed that right next to my other mortar and pestle. And I grabbed the Anki saddle since I could actually just go and farm with it since it was already in a rock heavy environment. I brought the saber as well to keep us safe, and on my way over I stopped by a purple drop which just had a scope in it. Actually, screw it, I'll take the scope. There's no crosshair. Okay, here's my Anki. I saddled up the Anki and ran over to a rich metal node so I could smack it up, or bite it, I guess. Oh, it doesn't swing its tail, but it still bites metal. And it doesn't reduce it? Ugh. Yikes. Oh wait, it does swing the tail, what? Only sometimes though? Okay. Anywho, I somehow squeezed the Anki into the compound between all the other tames, and I then split the metal into the forges before going out to farm flint and stone. Okay, let's start crafting spark powder. Gonna need a lot of rifle bullets to turn into tranks. I've got darts unlocked. Need to make a long neck. Bang, I can make one perfect. Oh, level 70. What can I unlock? Nothing really. Anyways, I crafted my first few bullets, which I then turned into darts. On day 26, I kept the narcotic grind up as well by splitting a bunch of raw meat in my inventory to spoil and hopping on the trike to do my annual lawn mowing session. Yeah, here we got more narcotics. That's 70 darts. Is that enough? Okay, Dodo Dex says they need 50 darts to knock out, but I don't know that I trust Dodo Dex because that's like now, if that makes sense. Like that's ASA quetzals. It also says I should shoot it in the head, but I don't trust shooting anything in the head in this version. I still had plenty of narcotics left over from all the grinding I did, so now I just need more gunpowder. So I brought the Anki out for some overtime to bite up a bunch more rocks for me. I'm gonna need spikes to surround the quetzal, and then I also need a bunch of parachutes. On that note, I first went out to gather the fiber with the sickle, and then farm thatch for parachutes, and finally the hide. When I got back home, I crafted up a few more trank darts, and queued up more narcotics, and made the spike walls. Now with that, I'm pretty much ready to go out and try to tame a quetzal on day 28. I did remember seeing a high level somewhere, I just had to find it again. Man, where's the good quetzal? Is that it? No! Don't tell me it despawned. Alright, there's no shot it despawned. I swear stuff doesn't despawn in single player. I did a small lap around the center of the map where I'd last seen the high level quetzal, but I had to come back home and switch to my Pteranodon instead since the RG was just too slow. Alright, I'm gonna switch to my Pteranodon, scout for this thing. Unfortunately, I don't think that speed at which I was scouting the skies would change the fact that the quetzal probably got swallowed into the back rooms or something. It was just nowhere to be found. I think it despawned, man. Because I'm not even seeing that, what, 44 that I just saw? Now that I de-rendered it? And there's no chance. There's no way. Oh, never mind, it's right there. The 108 has to be around, man. I even flew out back towards the snow where I farmed oil and back towards the red obelisk, but I only found a couple of low-level birds. Okay, well, that quetzal being lost to this old ark itself really sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, I guess without it, I'm still gonna have to expand my base here. I'm just completely running out of space. I need a quetzal because I'm gonna need like to wall off a big area because I'm gonna have Rexes eventually. I guess I'll just use the spikes that I planned on trapping the quetzal with to expand my borders. I need one more spike. This is kind of an odd shape, but I didn't want to replace my gate or anything, so that'll work. But I have more real estate now that's somewhat defended. I moved my gang around to give them all a bit more breathing room and then stored some of my taming gear away inside my storage box. I kept a lot of it on me though, as the quetzals are actually pretty common here on the old ark. So if I ever spot another high level, I could go for it straight away. Okay, I need pearls. It's time to get up like a generator, bridge, some ACs maybe. So I'm gonna need to expand this platform. This base is not gonna be pretty. This is not a video where I'm gonna be building and it's gonna look good. Building an old ark just, you know, it never looks good. I'll try my best, but it's not gonna be pretty. Yeah, I apologize in advance for the eyesore that I'm about to farm up and construct, but it's all in the name of progress. Got 4 more foundations here. I'm gonna add right here. Oh, there's no way. Okay, actually placed it how I wanted to. Nice. Anyways, let's go out and farm some pearls for electronics. I know I can get some pretty easily. Just take Flappy Dave. I flew over to the snowy area next to the ocean where I usually farm pearls without an anglerfish. and I handled a saber kitty before getting to filling my pockets. Need to not be freezing for a second. Scuba's a thing, right? Yeah, okay, it is. Need to heal up a bit. I don't have a ton of pearls just yet. Need to keep farming some more. Alright, I'm gonna swipe some crystal before I head back to base here. I did have to dip though, as I dropped below half health due to the freezing cold in the area. And while flying back to base, I may or may not have accidentally fat fingered and press E, which y'all know what happens. I got sent straight off Flappy and straight down into the ground at ankle snapping speeds. Dude, what an idiot. Oh, I tried to press E on the parachute, man. Oh, there's no chance I find my body. There's no beams. Oh. Fat fingered. No. I gotta go back. I hopped on the RG and flew over to the forest that I died at on day 30. No, it's a while. Okay, here's my bird. Flappy Dave. Oh, this is gonna be like impossible to find my stuff. Yeah, these bugs definitely harvested my body. Okay, they were over here. Oh, here's my bag. Okay. That wasn't that hard. Anyways, I grabbed all the stuff and flew back home so I could continue the base upgrades. Okay, let's box this in before I start placing expensive structures. Okay, I've got my base expansion like fully made up now. Wow, does farming by hand really suck. Go, there's that. Another little room, which is nice. I really would like to connect them, but I mean, surely I just open up the back wall. Getting through was a bit awkward due to the fabricator, and at first I didn't mind, but I really didn't want this base to be a complete mess. Just spark powder and metal. Yeah, I'm gonna make another. Screw it. I don't care. I'm rich. Not really. How do I want to place this one? Oh, it's slanted. Whatever, dude. Okay, let's repair my tools. And then let's go get more metal farming. Oh, I got my hunter hat back. I like my hat more than the Rex bone. Bang. One more thing that I had to fix is the way I get up to my base. I always have to jump into the doorway and it gets super annoying, so I crafted a ramp to place out front. Sweet. All right, let me make another. Bang. There we go, we finally got ramps into base. That took way too long, it's day 30. Enough of getting sidetracked though. I hopped on my RG and went out to farm metal again to fill up my forges. I also did a little bit of deforestation before flying back home and transferring all the metal. However, I was not done just yet. I in fact had to go out and get even more, as the itch was still far from satisfied. Satiate my addiction with this primitive farming.
Hello there.
Whoa! That metal node just saved my life. Anyways, once I was actually done with farming metal, I flew home again to split it up. I really miss being able to pick up everything with the F key. It's really nice. You don't realize how much you like something until it's gone. I'm really missing that feature right now. Alright, dude, I'm gonna start scouting for a quetzal. I feel like I really need that to progress. I just need to be able to pick up dinos, man. Yeah, it sucks not having one. I think first, maybe I make a generator. So I crafted that and placed it next to the fabricator. After that, I grabbed all my taming gear from the storage box, hopped on Pigeon Dave, and headed out. Alright, let's go scout for one. I'll tame like a level 70 and up. Of course, when I start going to look for quetzals, it starts raining. Oh, my finger's slipping, dude. Oh, shoot. I accidentally logged out. And that just so happens to reset the weather. Huh, quite peculiar. What a coincidence. Anyway, back in we go. Just like that, we're good. Let's go find a quetzal. Not even 1 minute later, my hand slipped again, and I accidentally pulled the spyglass, revealing this absolute beauty. Oh, dude, no way. 112 right here. Man, I just started. Okay. I guess that, 108 was not meant to be. Anywho, the actual taming procedure would be very cursed. It was also freezing out here in the mountains, so I had to wait till daytime to start this tame. This is gonna be so cursed. Let me just Oh, I just pressed X at the main menu. What an idiot. I meant to press options. Okay, sun's up, starting to warm up. I prepared the parachutes onto my hotbar and flew back up to the big bird to shoot the first dart. No, dude, come on, man. Just fly to me, please. Why? Why are you so buns? Yeah, Pigeon Dave was not cooperating in the slightest. When I finally hopped back on to chase the quetzal, it started doing some weird maneuvers. What's it doing? Why are you going to the ground? What? Okay, it's suddenly just locked in. That makes sense. There we go. See, you need to do it just like that, RG. I gotta hit headshots on this thing. Can I land on its back? Is that a thing? How did that work? The great tranking process continued into day 33. However, I was slowly starting to lose hope with this giant bird. Alright dude, I don't think I'm gonna be able to knock this thing out. I need a magnifying glass. It just felt like I was pelting it with endless darts and making no progress since I couldn't see its torpor stat. And to make the magnifying glass, I needed some obsidian, so I flew straight up to the volcano to mine some up. Holy metal and crystal at the top of the volcano. Man, this would be so good to farm. I just need that quetzal. With the obsidian and a little bit of crystal gathered, I flew back home to actually craft the magnifying glass. Alright, I want to go see how much torpor I'm actually doing to this thing. I flew up above the quetzal and jumped off to try and get on its back, but I opened up my parachute too early, so it just flew away right beneath me. For attempt number 2, the quetzal straight up broke my ankles and flew in a different direction as I hopped off Pigeon Dave. Anyways, when I finally got close enough on the 3rd attempt, I couldn't even see the torpor stat. What? It doesn't even tell you the torpor? Nah. Oh, there's an Alpha Raptor, Dave. You gotta get down here, dude. What do? I can't tame one of these. Am I really just gonna have to farm on foot? What do I do, man? That's so defeating. I had to do something about the L that I just took, so the obvious solution was immediate violence. Killing this Alpha Raptor out of pure spite and rage. Just die, man. Finally. Oh, no way. Hold up. Killing that Alpha Raptor actually hooked me up with a few crossbows, one of which was a journeyman with 160% damage. Now, it wasn't groundbreaking at all, but this at least gave me hope that I could somehow get better tranking equipment, as up until now, I was under the assumption that these Alpha Raptors only dropped primitive loot. Anywho, I made it back to base on day 34, and I quickly went out to gather a little bit of wood so I could craft more storage boxes as I was running out of space for my ever-increasing wealth. Okay, let's try and place these boxes as best as I can. Man, I miss ASA building a whole lot right now, dude. Look how much space are between these boxes, dude. Oh wait, rare mushrooms do exist. Surely you can get rare flowers. How do you get rare flowers? The swamp. Okay, hold up. This quetzal tame might be possible. The swamp. Rare flowers make dinos angry at you. If I can make a quetzal angry at me, I can lead it into a trap. I flew through the swamp looking for a specific bush, but I couldn't see any, so I flew out towards the green obelisk swamp next. Alright, are there any plants? Should be around here. I knew it. Okay, I swear these give rare flowers, do they not? I only got plant X seeds, but I was sure I could get rare flowers out here one way or another. So I consulted the all-knowing search engine. Oh, dude. Okay, I did some research and found this really old video. It's recommending these plants give... Oh, they do. No shot. I grabbed just a few more rare flowers before hopping on Flappy Dave and taking off to go and find a test subject quetzal. If it works, I can't put them... Oh, what? No way I can't eat them. No. I can't put them in my hotbar? Oh, dude. I can get them, but I can't eat them. Okay, well, the quetzal's off the table. I tried, okay? Yeah, as much as I tried to find even the slightest hope of taming a quetzal, the old ark shut it down in my face. At the very least, I found another Alpha Raptor that I could take my anger out on that was stuck in a palm tree on the beach. Alright, I need to kill this without breaking the tree. Perfect. Anyways, I flew back home and sorted out my stuff before making plans for the near future me, since my big quetzal idea was not gonna work. Well, anyway, I can't, like, pick up anything, or Anki Dodic, but I still want to tame a Dodic. That'll make farming stone easier. I need to make traps for Rexes. I think breeding's kind of out of the question, so I think I'm just gonna have to mass tame Rexes. I don't know. Maybe I'll take that back. We'll see. That being said, I grabbed my taming gear and crafted a few spike walls before heading out with Flappy Dave. Screw you, dude. I was supposed to tame you. Bear traps exist? Oh yeah, they do. Perfect. So I can make Rex traps. It's just, I'm not trying to do that by hand. Stone gates, so I really do want to tame a Dodic. Oh, hello. Level 8. Yeah, the levels of these rock balls were not great, but at least they were easy to find around the mountains. I did also check out a few of the Rexes, and eventually I made my way back to the level 108 that I saw earlier. Is that 108 Rex? I need to tame that. Do I even look for a Dodic? I did have enough tranks to knock it out, so I decided I would just fly back home and bite the bullet by farming the gates for a trap manually. But on my way back to base, I stopped by a purple drop, but the single item I found inside was not even worth showing. Absolutely terrible. Let's farm these gates. The ramshackle hatchet I got from the Alpha Raptor was actually not bad at all, and it harvested a decent amount of wood. But the real question was, how effective would it be at getting stone? Yeah. Okay, there's my gates. I'll make another one, whatever. Building's not the greatest in this version, so probably will need a spare. So with 5 gates made up, I returned home to see what I needed for the bear traps as well. Bear trap, and I have literally nothing. I'll never get over how close the FOV is. Like, I am up this Pteranodon's butt. Okay, that was really weird. I don't know why I said that. Anyways, I returned to the level 108 Rex, and I was surprised to see it fighting a raptor. Do they beef? Oh, they kill raptors. What? Huh, that's interesting. While I was distracted, I landed farther down the beach, and I quickly assembled the trap. Okay, that's set. Now I gotta lead this Rex all the way over. I politely invaded its personal space, making it very angry in the process, and I dragged it all the way into the trap on the first try. Okay, locked in. Bang. Gotcha, dude. Oh, they can walk through gates. What? Yeah, this was not really ideal, but I did come prepared with 5 gates. So I demolished one of them and went out to farm up the actual gates so I could fill them all in. Okay, let's go over and try this again. So I'll just place these all in. I set the second bear trap up before aggroing the Rex again and kiting it to the front of the trap, then inside on the first try, of course. Got it. Yeah, I think I'm good. Perfect, man. Things are finally looking up. Why is the Rex so quiet? It's weird. This guy gonna go to sleep anytime soon? Put a whole lot of tranks into him. Oh, okay. It just stays biting until the end. And it knocks out, I guess. I don't think anything's gonna attack it. I think I'm good. Now, I would probably need a whole lot of prime meat to tame a Rex, so an alpha raptor showing up right about now would be a blessing. What? Did you guys not just see that Anki get airborne? What did I just witness? Anyways, with no alphas in sight, these low-level RGs would have to do for the prime donation. This Rex is getting bodied by dimorphs. I decided to help them out so I could yoink some prime meat and then flew back to feed the sleeping Rex. Oh, this is gonna take a minute to tame. I'm gonna have to like babysit this though, man, because the prime meat spoils so quickly. Part of the babysitting routine is collecting any nearby drops though, even when they're as bad as the ones I've been getting thus far. Ooh, red drop. Carno Island? Don't mind if I do. While waiting for it to land, I packed up another Rex for a fresh couple of pieces of prime meat. Stego saddle and then Heiner's helmet? What? I mean, I don't need the light or anything, but it's got better armor than my flak one. Might as well use it. Okay, no, this is actually really annoying. I'm not using this. Man, I took my skin off for no reason. Shenanigans aside, I killed one more Rex before flying back to check on the sleeping one. I fed it some more narcotics to keep it asleep, and I flew back home to check the requirements for a Rex saddle. A Rex, fiber, and hide. Okay, got the saddle. Let's head back to the Rex. Wait, hold up. Oh, it's out of prime meat. Okay. What unfortunate news for the low-level Rex trying to survive and live peacefully in the area. Throughout the morning of day 38, I just stood around observing the Rex, feeding it narcotics here and there and making sure it always had prime meat to munch on. Okay, man. Rex is about tamed. Bang! Oh, his dossier looks terrible. Anyways, I named the Rex Big Dave because he's big and he is, well, Dave. 410 melee? That's kind of crazy. Okay. So you follow me, Flappy Dave. With the Rex saddled up, I hopped on and tried to have Flappy Dave follow me, but I got stuck on him in a whopping 20 feet away from the trap. Oh, this is not gonna work. Okay, let's head back to base. Man, this is some crazy screen shake. Testing its bite attack out on a pig, I was indeed dealing damage. How much damage, I hear you ask? Well, good question, because I have no idea. There are no damage numbers in this old arc. Yeah, the Rex is so quiet. This is so weird. Okay, let's just put these. Holy, it gets so much health when you upgrade it. And melee, dude. Okay, this Rex is actually going to be really strong. I'm so getting this thing out to base. I was surprised how much the stats went up every time I pumped points into them though. So I killed a few things here and there on my way back home, but the true test would have to come against an alpha creature. Okay, let's take out this alpha raptor for even more levels. 25,000 HP and then all melee.
Holy
oh my. Leveling is busted in this, dude. I had to shred through quite a bit of meat with the Rex as well to heal such a quickly growing health pool. But already I was feeling pretty unstoppable on just one of these things. Just need a few of these and I feel like the broodmother is... Well, I don't really know how strong the broodmother is, but I feel like we'll rip through it. Oh, no! Why'd Flappy Dave just fly off into the distance? Holy, why do I have all the dimorphs on me? I whistled passive on Flappy to stop him dogfighting so we could both move on, and I soon made it back to the base. Sort of. Alright, dude, we are so close to base. Keeps just... This dude's driving me insane. Anyways, I parked our new friend in the backyard and sorted out my inventory before queuing up more narcotics to cook up. Okay, I think I'm up for another cave about now. Let me repair my long neck and stuff. I'll bring some rifle bullets. I did have the scope attachment as well, so I slapped that on the rifle to make aiming and hitting my shots easier. And on day 40, I hopped on the Angry Kitty to go over to the next cave, and that's the Hunter Cave all the way down south. Where is the Hunter Cave at? Dude, I can't even see where I'm at on the map. Oh wait, okay, this is it. Oh, got bodyguards outside the cave, man. Oh, can I not fit my saber in this? No way. No way. Oh wait, no, I'm in. Wait. But can I get out? Okay, I can get in and out. I squeezed back inside the cave once again, and it looked nothing like the one that we have nowadays. Alright, really? Okay, I guess I'm going in on foot. Well, that sucks. I hope there's nothing in here like the last cave. Okay, this definitely is different. I don't totally know where I'm going. I'm kind of just following the staircase down. We got metal in here. I came across a green drop which had a ramshackle slingshot inside. The perfect weapon to protect yourself against nothing. Slingshots are terrible. There's a drop down. I'm definitely not dropping down. I don't have a way back up. Oh, okay. Here we got something. The first living creature I came across was a level 4 scorpion that died to one shot from the long neck. Just one scorpion. Okay, this is looking similar-ish. There's just nothing in... Okay. Feeling like the American sniper out here, dude. Oh! This is not good. Luckily, the snakes only took one headshot to drop, but I was running out of ammo rather quickly. I'll take a pike. Okay, well, I hope there's like nothing else down here because I have 2 bullets. Nice. I soon came up on the actual artifact, but it was being guarded by a couple of critters. There's an Aranio in the artifact. I shot both of the rifle bullets at the scorpion, but it didn't die, so I had to whip out the pike to finish the job. Okay, this pike's actually about to clutch up so hard. Now going in to actually fight the spider, it appeared to be more of a gang rather than a single Aranio. Ow, ow, ow. Do any of these have stimberries? No. I snagged the artifact and started making my way out of the cave before hitting the inevitable nap. Oh, yep, here we go. Okay, back awake. Let's get out of here. I made it back to my saber and hopped on to squeeze him out of the cave and run back home. Let me out, man. Okay, finally. Alright, that wasn't as pleasant of an experience. Swimming through a river on day 41, I got hit by quite the combo of a Sarco and piranhas both attacking me at the same time. And as soon as I killed one of the angry carnivorous fish, its dossier opened up just to jump scare me. Oh, Joe! Oh! Anyways, when I finally made it back home, I stored the artifact away in the box out front, and I immediately got to cooking up more gunpowder for bullets. Here, give me more rifle bullets. Gotta stay strapped. Alright, I'm gonna take this Rex out, kill some stuff, get some food in it, heal it up. Then I'm gonna go fight that Alpha Carno and like mega level it. The Alpha Carno that I'm referring to is the one that I saw on the Metal Mountain back on day 12. I was hoping it would still be there, as that would probably give me enough levels for this Rex to be boss ready. I mean, if it isn't already. It's 1100 melee, dude. Actually wicked. Just mobbing everything. Alright, that's a decent amount of healing. I know there's an Alpha Carno on a mountain way over here. Might as well go for it to kill it. Maybe I'll get some good weapons or something from it. I may or may not have devoured a few smaller life forms on my way over to the Carno. And I actually ended up finding another one before even scaling the Metal Mountain. Oh, what? This wasn't even the guy I was going for, but okay. Dude, that was ridiculous. I killed that so quick. And look how much experience I just got. All right, 35,000 health and then even more melee. This is ridiculous. This whole time I was worried about having low level creatures. Nah. If I get a few of these Rexes, the brood mother's just getting toasted. No doubt in my mind. Level 75, what can I unlock? Scuba. Water reservoir. Did I even get any good weapons from that? Carno, I didn't even notice. No? Well, since the Rex was now all leveled up, I stopped my way back home with it. Okay, now that I got my Rex leveled up and stuff, it's gonna take a while to heal. Back to looking for a Dodic so I can expand like gates around this full thing, because I'm gonna need more Rexes. And these spike walls can be broken super easily by an Alpha Raptor, which has been shown before. Anyways, I crafted up a bunch of new trank arrows and hopped on Floppy Dave to go out and scout the mountains. Last time I checked, all the Dodics were low level, so hopefully natural selection took care of them by now and new higher level ones had appeared. Dude's just taunting me. Finally, on day 43, by pure accident, I actually found a very decent level rock ball hiding under a tree. Dude's hiding. Oh, it's a level 88. Okay, I'll tame this. I don't want this dude causing an issue, even though I think he's stuck. Oh, okay. Anyway. This crossbow makes the same sound effect as the bow, dude. Okay, it's out. It's out, though. Alright, I gotta be quick. I'm freezing up here. I surrounded the Dodic in spikes before flying back home to warm up since that cold mountain really took a hit in my health. Now, I was wondering whether medical brews were a thing. I couldn't see them in the engram page, however the industrial cooker was a thing, so I assumed they existed. The other option for fighting the cold would of course be for armor, but that was slightly out of my budget at the moment. I need so much pelt for fur though, it's absurd. I guess I haven't ventured over to the snow yet, I definitely could do that. But first, I had to go and actually feed the Dodic I knocked out. So I hopped on the trike to farm up some mayho berries and then returned back to the very sleepy ball with Flappy Dave. And after feeding it the berries and a few narcotics, I made my way back to base. On day 44, I queued up more narcotics and I actually wanted to go out and farm up a couple of forges. Since the two that I had were out of metal, the addiction would soon be knocking on my door, and when that happens, I better be prepared to smelt metal quickly. I also filled them all up with wood so I could go out and actually farm the metal next. Alright, this is gonna be super cursed. Have my RG follow me, run out to the metal mountain on the Anki. Yeah, not being able to tame that quetzal and having to run all the way over to farm the metal with an Anki was really painful. But even more painful was the sight of my forges not cooking anything, so I had to power through. A few minutes of skedaddling up the mountain later, I finally got to smacking up the rocks, or biting them as you could say in Old Ark. Why is this guy flying so fast? Why are you flying so fast, dog? He flies too fast for his own good. Yeah, the RG was tweaking out a little bit, but I made the first back and forth to base just before the end of the day. And when I returned on day 45, the epic metal grind continued. I did 2 more laps to base full of metal before calling it for the metal run. I was pretty locked in during it as well because I completely forgot that I was taming something. There we go, we got more metal coming up. Oh, I forgot about my Dodic. Oh, it definitely woke up. I rushed back over to it and surprisingly it was still asleep, so I quickly force fed it a bunch of narcotics down its throat. I completely forgot about this thing, man. Holy, man, they take forever to tame. Back at the crib on day 46, I transferred all the smelted metal ingots over to the smithy, and I flew back out to babysit the Dodic for a minute. Need more narcotics. A quick little lawn mowing session later, I filled up both of my mortar and pestles with narco berries and got to cooking them again. What? Die. Anyways, I crafted up a bunch of stone arrows so I could turn them into tranks for future taming endeavors. Now, after a proper lawn mowing session, it's only fair that I also stock up on spoiled meats, so I brought the Rex out to do a little bit of population control around the Ark, starting with an alpha raptor. Once all that's spoiled, I made it back home on day 47 and queued up all the narcotics I could. I then crafted 2 bear traps as I was preparing to go out and tame another Rex soon, since picking up structures is not a thing. That also meant farming more stone dino gates by hand. I also did not forget to check on the Dodic every now and again. It was actually coming pretty close to being tamed, so I decided just to wait around with Pigeon Dave. Dang, finally, man, this took forever. Rock. Alright, let's slowly get this thing back to base. Holy, why is it so fast? Oh, what? It's so quick. No way. It's so quick. Why is the Dodic so fast? This is amazing though, I'm not complaining at all. Holy, the RGs walk so goofy. I don't think I've ever noticed this. Anyways, with the Dodic brought back to base, I crafted a saddle for it and I immediately took it out for a test drive. Please tell me these reduce stone weight. Okay, it's rid of it by half. It's not bad. So I farmed up the dino gates and the gateways for another Rex tame. Now I was hoping I could find the opposite gender of my Rex to maybe start breeding them, but honestly I take anything high leveled since their stats are crazy regardless. I was also pretty sure that breeding was just pretty bad in this old version of Ark. Nevertheless, I hopped on Flappy Dave and we set out to look for more big boys. This is my first time over at the snow. Holy, there's so many quetzals on this map, and I can't tame them. Oh, Alpha Rex. Okay, we got some snow dinos, not a ton. There are Rexes here though, which is nice. I also landed by a yellow drop where I was greeted by a family of penguins. Luckily for them though, I was not in need of polymer at the moment, so they got to live. Oh, there's Skylord Cave, okay. The search for high-level Rexes continued on day 49. I mean, I think I would honestly take like anything 80 plus. My level 108 is so strong just from a little bit of leveling. Oh, dude, that's max level. No way. This thing could be so strong. I had to do a little bit of crowd control around the area to make trapping the Rex easier. Oh, is it stuck? No! I don't understand why raptors attack Rexes in this version. Doesn't make much sense. With the trap all set up and ready, I flew back out to politely nudge the Rex and lead it in. It amazes me how quiet they are, but like Carnos are so loud. Bang, got it. I had to fight off the entire Dimorph Air Force before I could finally land and start shrinking it out. Since I was using the crossbow to knock this thing out, I had to pause halfway through the process and drag a dead saber over to the Rex so it would eat it and get its health back. Now with a max level Rex like this, I did not want to take any chances of it getting attacked or messed with in any way. So I packed up a raptor and a saber before pulling out my sickle to farm fiber and crafting the spike walls as well. As I was farming the last few spikes, I didn't even notice that my bird Flappy Dave was under attack. And by the time I saw what was going on, it was already too late. Dude, I had my mic off. I wasn't looking and Flappy Dave literally just dies. Are we serious? Dude, are we serious? Well, I still have a flyer in my RG, which is good, but now I'm kind of stranded over here by the Rex. Let me finish spiking it off. I surrounded the trap in spikes and I now had to run all the way back to base, which wouldn't be much of an issue if I also didn't get attacked halfway through. Dude. Anyways, once I made it back to base, I had to repair all of my armor. Gotta be out of metal. I think my forges are done too. Okay, well, let's fly over in the RG. I need to get some prime meat to start taming the Rex. And then, I guess if I can find one, I'd like to tame another Pteranodon. Good one, that is. I looked at all the PTs in the area, and I actually found a level 96, which was good enough. But I first had to get the Rex taming, so I landed in the trap and fed it a bunch of narcotics and headed back out to source prime meat. That is a very blue. That's an egg. That is not a Dodic. Okay. That makes sense. Can I find an alpha raptor? That would make things very easy. Oh, here we go. I hit the raptor a ton of times with the RG, but honestly, it was just taking so long to kill that I decided to fly back home, get my Rex, and deal with the alpha in seconds. Whoa, he's at my base. So with the prime meat secured, I walked over to the sleeping Rex and fed it. Alright, we're about halfway tamed. Alright, let's go try and tame that Pteranodon as well while this is taming. I'm gonna have to kind of babysit it, might as well be in the area doing something productive. But I first had to actually find the level 96 PT again, since I kind of lost it in all the other countless birds. I've seen that 96 bird anywhere. Oh, there it is. I quickly ran around the area munching up anything hostile and carnivorous, so I would face no issues when tranking out the PT. Before getting to that though, I fed the Rex again since all the prime meat that I gave it had spoiled by now. How does it get stamped? Oh, really? Oh, you're cooked, big dog. It was out of stamina. It was on the way down. Somehow pulled stamina out of its butt. I mean, I guess you'll have to do. Oh my. That'll work. Now, I wanted to spike off the Pteranodon as well, so for that, I needed hide again. Obviously, there was this giant Bronto just absolutely begging me to turn it into some, but I did not account for the fact that it would fight back and hit the PT. No! Bro just totally screwed my taming effectiveness. While babysitting both of the dinos, I quickly farmed up a couple of campfires and I threw some meat on them to cook as I was all out of food. Anyways, the Rex ended up taming first, so I gave him a name. The name. Bigger Dave. Nah, the ultimate Dave. That's better. On day 52, the Pteranodon tamed as well, so I whistled both of them to follow me, but quickly changed my mind when the PT got me stuck. Oh, I know this bird's gonna be annoying. Wait, don't I have a saddle? Oh, did I never get the saddle off of? Oh, I totally just never grabbed the saddle off of his body. Shoot. It was all okay though, as I had a genius plan B already in mind. What I did was I grabbed the Rex saddle off of Big Dave and put it on the Ultimate Dave. And I then made the PT follow Ultimate Dave before putting it back on Big Dave and whistling Ultimate Dave to follow me. That way the PT wouldn't try to fly beneath Big Dave's feet. There we go, this is working out better for me. Oh, I totally just forgot about my campfires too with that food I cooked. I'll have to fly back for that. When I returned back to the crib, I farmed up a new Pteranodon saddle and put it on the bird. So I ran back inside to repair my hatchet before hopping on the RG to go out and get the thatch and wood farm first. I then hopped on my Pteranodon to go and retrieve the food from those 2 campfires that I accidentally left behind. Man, I need to kill an alpha or 2 with this bird, it's terrible. Anyways, when I returned, I brought the Dodic out to whack up a few rocks and start crafting up the dino gates. Alright, I've got a bunch of gates crafted up. How many? 25? Let's see where this gets me. Alright, first let's get these Rexes inside so they're not going to get in the way while I'm building. The Ultimate Dave had a bunch of levels on him already, so I put a few points in the health so he could start healing in the background while I constructed the Great Wall around my base. Okay, I need like 1 or 2 more gates here, but this is slightly bigger, and then it's not huge, but it'll be enough space since I can just park my Rexes and Dinos right up against the walls instead of, you know, just having to place them farther back because of the spikes. On that note, I flew back to finish farming the last couple of Dino gateways and actual gates for them that I needed as well. Okay, let's fill in all these gates now, so it's like, you know, an actual wall system. I have a little gap right here, but it's not going to be a big difference. It's not going to matter. Now that my compound was fully sealed with the gates, I could demolish all of the spikes. Also, that small gap in my gates, I decided to craft up a few stone pillars and fill it in so it wouldn't drive me crazy knowing that there's a small hole in my wall. Okay, can I place these how I want? Oh yeah, that'll work just fine. Sweet, man, look at all this room I have. I also crafted another Rex saddle for the Ultimate Dave so I can move him around the compound. Anyway, it's time I advance into the metal stage. I want a fridge and a grill. Wait, grills exist, right? Yeah, they do. Okay. I already had everything in my base to craft the industrial grill. I just had to figure out where I would actually place it. See, I'm already running out of space in here now. Okay, it doesn't matter if the grill's outside. Let me just cook up some foundations for it. Okay, there's my foundations. Let's place this grill. Bang. As for the fridge, I needed polymer and electronics. So I grabbed some cementing paste from the smithy and I queued up some hard polymer as well as the 10 electronics. Then I'm gonna need more crystal, which I might have to fly out and get. Anyway, let's light up this. I am cooking all this food. Not gonna have a problem with it anymore. With the grill busy cooking, I hopped on the RG and I flew up to the volcano to get the crystal situation sorted. Man, that quetzal's just taunting me. Man, there's so much metal up here. Oh, I wish I could farm this so badly. I did grab some obsidian and metal while I was up here anyway, so when I returned, I crafted the fridge and filled the forges. Turn this off, fire up the generator, bang. Oh wait, I forgot, you need to make a cable box and stuff for this. This is old, man. So make a vertical cable, an electrical outlet. So I'm gonna need 3 electronics for that. I also gotta get wood. For some reason it requires wood. First place this, yeah. So the cable snaps to the generator. And you snap cable box. There we go, now it's powered. Perfect. I grabbed all the cooked meat my grill produced and then threw it in the fridge, along with all the other spoilables that I had laying around in my boxes. I then had a short but intense staring contest with the fridge, which got interrupted by my rude neighbor knocking on my gates and shaking my whole screen. Get out of my base, dog. Well, at least now I have the perfect excuse to go and take the Ultimate Dave out for a spin around the block and get him some free levels. However, I was mainly going out to look for alpha creatures since they give the most XP. So my disturbing neighbor actually got to live. Holy metal right here, dude. Oh, I'm on the volcano, man. I'm on the wrong mountain. Here we go, finally an alpha. Killing just this one alpha raptor got me enough levels to pump the HP up to 35k, so now I can dump all the rest of the levels into melee damage. Making it over to the backside of this mountain, I actually found that alpha carno just chilling here since day 12, so I started beef with that next. Alright, this Rex is pretty strong now too, which is nice. That being said, I slowly but surely made my way back to base while also force feeding it some raw meat every now and then to help it with the healing process. Alright, I think it's time we go for another... What? There's a monkey. Okay, otters don't exist yet. I also had no idea how this monkey got inside my compound, so this must have been OG Kipper the pre-reincarnated himself. With this new side quest on my hands, I grabbed some mayo berries off the trike and I slowly approached the monkey to feed it. Hey, I'm chill, monkey. Wanna tame you. Oh, that's gonna take forever to tame. I'm not spending the time to do that. Sorry, OG Kipper, the pre-reincarnated, maybe in another version of Ark we could have tamed you. Anyway, as I was saying, I want to go get another artifact. I think I need to go to the lava cave. I know that's one I could go to. What else could I do? There's lava cave, Skylord cave, Carno cave, and then the Pack cave. Alright, I think we'll do the Pack cave. I think that's closest. This time, I wanted to be a little bit more prepared than the last time that I went into a cave. I needed more rifle bullets for my long neck, however, I remembered that a pump shotgun was a thing as well. So I checked to see what I needed to craft that. Poly. Let me go farm some obsidian at the volcano. Alright. Let's get to farming this obsidian. I got more metal than obsidian from that. What? That makes sense. On day 58, I flew back to the crib to get the hard polymer crafted for my everyday carry boomstick. Boom. Okay, there's a pump shotgun. Is a hollow scope thing? It was pretty pricey on the electronic side of things, but I could afford it with the silica pearls that I had lying around. So I queued up the electronics and I waited around to make the scope. Bang, there's my hollow scope. Now I need to start actually, making bullets, which I'm gonna need spark powder for. I do have a ton of charcoal, which is nice. I might make a few more mortar and pestles. Where's my Anki? Oh, did I leave it on the metal mountain? Oh, I totally did. I immediately flew over and thankfully he was still alive and well. Oh, dude, I just left him up here. My bad. Forgot about you. Well, I need you to farm spark powder for me now. Let's go back to base, get this crafting. Come back for more. I did stop by a yellow drop near my base, but the loot inside was utter garbage. So I just returned to getting the spark powder crafting and placed 2 new mortar and pestles down for the gunpowder. Here we go, finally making some shotgun bullets. Okay, I've got rifle bullets, I've got arrows, and I got shotgun bullets. This should be enough. Let's head out to the Pack cave. Once I made it to the cave, I headed inside, and as with all the caves I visited, the layout was similar to what we have now. But the entire cave was just a glowy, greenish, wet rock type of material. Oh, there's like a little small bridge path here that I gotta navigate. Okay, that wasn't there last time. Or on the newer versions, I should say. Not seen any creatures yet. Oh, spoke too soon. Let's try this out. What is that sound effect? No, what is this sound effect when you use the gun? Hold up. I gotta find another dino to kill. I did have to put the saber in park as it couldn't fit further into the cave, so I had to continue on foot. I also just started freezing, so I had to hurry up a bit. Forgot how big this cave is. Okay, I'm seeing bats down there. Oh, they're breaking my armor. That's not good. The shotgun's kind of terrible. It is only primitive, I guess. I hear more. What? Oh my! Where did you come from? Oh my, they soak so many hits. Yeah, with only my gauntlets gone, I was already taking a lot more damage. So I couldn't really afford more fights, I just had to go get the artifact and get out. The artifact's up in there. How do I get there though? On the newer versions, you just grapple. There's no grapples, obviously. The water to get close to the artifact room was also not safe. And my time here in the cave was running out. Dude, he just came on the... How do I get there? Oh, I'm dying. I gotta get somewhere warm. Okay, I gotta heal here for a second. Okay, so while I've been healing here, I've been doing some research on the way that I need to get to that artifact that's... Oh, I'm freezing now. Walk and talk, I guess. I've been doing research, and basically the way that I can get this artifact is I've got to swim. There's no grapples, so I'm gonna have to swim through some parts. So it's best that I make scuba and more bullets and just hope and pray nothing else respawns in this cave while I'm going back to base to get that stuff. First, let's try and make it out of here alive though. Running back out on the saber, some cave creatures actually started to appear, so I dealt with them before exiting the cave and running back to base. Alright, back at base, let's repair some stuff. What? Oh, I keep forgetting you. Repair stuff in the fabricator. With my armor patched up, I crafted more shotgun shells and I looked into making the scuba tank and flippers. Okay, here we go. I'm geared up, prepared my armor, scuba, more bullets. Let's go back. Inside the Pack cave on day 61, I made my way through the giant drop down and I did see a couple of bats up ahead of me, so obviously I pulled up to talk business. What I did not expect though is to run straight into a whole country meeting. Holy man! Luckily the saber is actually pretty strong, so I packed up everything and moved on with my day. Once I was forced to continue on foot, I tried avoiding combat as much as possible since the primitive boomstick is not the strongest. However, peace was not always an option. Oh dude. Okay, stuff's spawning a lot more frequently in here now. I was also freezing again, but thankfully I had a torch on me and it gave off just enough heat for me to survive. Anyways, I made it back to the big open room with the water below, so it's time to get my toes wet. Okay, so this is the water I gotta jump into. Man, where do they come from? No, they're coming out of the walls. I actually just witnessed it come out of the wall. I can see one up there in the ceiling. Yeah, so I guess mesh cave dinos have been a thing since, well, as long as the Ark has been a thing. Anyways, once I healed some of my health back, I put the scuba on and sent it right down into the water. And it did not take too long for the angry chihuahua fish to notice me and pull up with the whole gang. Oh my, I don't have time to look back. Do not look back. There's so many in here. No. How do I get out of here? No! I somehow made it out of there to a little air pocket where I could actually breathe. However, I couldn't stick around for too long since the cold was really starting to get to me, even with the torch burning 3 inches from my face. Where's the artifact? No! Oh my! Dude, what do I do about this cave? I have no idea how I'm gonna get this artifact. Or my stuff back. Hold up. Alright, this could be stupid. It could work though. Do flyers work in caves? Let me remake some armor real quick. I quickly crafted up a second set of flak armor, then grabbed some cooked meat, and I hopped on Pigeon Dave to go and try out my strategy. Oh, they work. They work. They work. This is so easy. I just don't know how I'm gonna get my stuff back. It's in the water. Well, at least I now had the artifact situation sorted. I literally just flew through the entire cave and up into the artifact room. Bro, why did I not just do this from the start? Are we serious? I have no idea how I'm gonna get my loot back. I feel like I was so close to getting here. Well, I got my artifact, but I want to get my stuff back. I couldn't retrieve it with just a set of flak though, so I had to go back to base to re-kit to an extent and then come up with a plan. At the very least, I could pick up my saber with the RG and carry it all the way back home while it had its mouth open the entire time. Looking through my boxes on day 62, I grabbed a decent journeyman crossbow that I got from killing alphas. I then made new metal tools and I headed out to farm up a few campfires that I could place inside the cave to warm up. Lastly, I stocked up on a bunch of arrows so I could kill as many piranhas as possible if I needed to. When I made it back inside the cave, I flew all the way into the artifact room where I made quick work of a whole squad of snakes and bats. Then with the coast clear, I placed down my campfires and lit them to keep me warm. Once I healed up a bit, it was time to start taking out the angry fish. Getting their attention was pretty simple. I just had to dip my toes into the water for a fraction of a second and they would all appear right in front of me. How do they just appear as soon as I go into the water? Since they weren't the brightest, they followed me out of the water, so most of them beached themselves and died. The ones that didn't go up to the surface though got force-fed a few arrows on the house, of course. Okay. Oh, okay, it's definitely not back here. It's gotta be down that. I need to heal. After standing around the campfires for a minute, I dove back in and I entered the deeper parts of the literal water maze, and I spotted one of the sarcos that was stuck, so I killed it. Okay, I swear I died in here. Oh, I gotta get out. My oxygen. I forgot about oxygen. Luckily, I surfaced just in time and there was plenty of fish on the ground to cook and heal with. I feel like I'm definitely going to need flippers. Alright, let's go get flippers and scuba. One more trip back to base wouldn't hurt. When I arrived back, I made a new tank and flippers and headed right back in to finally retrieve my stuff. By the time I returned on day 63, some of the piranhas had respawned, so I had to approach the waters carefully. Hey, what are the odds my stuff's still here? That second Sarco was also stuck, so I shot a bunch of arrows up its nostril before swimming farther, but I had to turn around as another group of piranhas had emerged from the walls. Oh, I think my stuff might be cooked, bro. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it back, dude. Alright, I think I've really got one more shot of trying to find my stuff here. After that, I'm giving up. I took the piranhas out and dove back in to look around once more. After killing another Sarco, I actually surfaced in another part of the cave that I'm yet to see. Oh, what? No, I didn't even make it into this. There were a bunch of bats that I had to take out before I could go and see what was on the other side. But thankfully, I could actually use the water to my advantage for once. Oh! Anywho, with the coast somewhat clear, I ran up to see even more opposition ahead. Nah, I can't get myself. My stuff's cooked. I'm out of here. Don't want to lose my RG in here. It's not worth it. On that note, I hopped back on Pigeon Dave and I finally left that cave for good. Back at the crib on day 64, I had to craft new weaponry such as the long neck rifle. And I also wanted to make another scope for it since it was a pretty nice thing to have. However, for that, I was in need of more crystals, so I flew back up to the volcano with Pigeon Dave to stock up on it. Finally, let's get that scope. I crafted the bullets for it and made a new spyglass and a sickle to complete the kit. That was a lot of work for one artifact, but now I know flyers work in caves. Anywho, my Pteranodon needed leveling, so I headed out to find an alpha creature that I could kill for a bunch of levels straight away. And for the first time in this challenge, I actually came across a drop that wasn't complete and utter garbage. Ooh, flat gauntlet blueprints, that's pretty good. Not that I would be crafting those anytime soon. Eventually though, I did find an alpha raptor, so I chased it around for a hot few minutes since it just wouldn't stand still for anything. Man, this thing hits hard. How is this thing not dead? Why does my bird do so little damage? This thing better get a lot of XP. Come on. Okay, finally, dude. With the Pteranodon leveled, I flew back home and I almost crafted that flat gauntlets blueprint. Craft myself these ramshackle gloves. Nope, you gotta make them in a fabricator. Never mind, I'm not doing that. Anyways, I didn't have a whole lot of rifle bullets, so I wanted to make more, but my mortar and pestles were looking pretty empty in terms of stone, meaning it was time for my Dodic to put in some extra hours for me. Yeah, there we go. I got a bunch more bullets finally. That's nice. Alright, let's go scout around for more Rexes. It's already day 65, dude. I'm really gonna... Like, my Rexes are strong, but I'm gonna have to ramp this up. I'm not expecting this broodmother to be too strong, but still, you know, it's a whole broodmother being summoned into the overworld. While I was out looking around the metal mountain, I actually spotted something much bigger and stronger than the Rex. Oh, there's a Giga. A 116? Oh, dude, no way. This is the first Giga I've seen in this 116. Okay. Dude, that can be so good for the boss fight. Like, usually you're gonna be like, well, you can't use a Giga in the boss fight. The boss fight summons into the open world. I can use whatever I want. Okay, well, new goal. I returned back to base to start preparing, as a tame of this magnitude would need a lot of preparation. I would of course need metal dino gates instead of stone ones, so I had to farm up a ton more metal in the very near future. I think my Anki's still up on that mountain. I keep forgetting it. That being said, I hopped on Pigeon Dave and I flew up to said metal mountain to feed the addiction, in the name of progress, that is. After throwing all of that into the forges, I of course had to deforest part of the area for fuel. And I was not done with the metal either. I flew right back to my Anki to continue the grind for as long as I could before the mountain became too cold to bear. I did unfortunately have to pause throughout the night, but when the sun came up on day 6-7, I flew back to continue. Finally, on day 68, I had enough metal for the gates and to satisfy my unyielding addiction. So when I made it back home, I crafted the 2 bear traps and 4 metal gates needed. Okay, well I have the trap, but I'm pretty sure that there's a weird rock formation somewhere on the map where you only need 1 gate to trap a Giga. So I'm gonna go search for it. I don't know where it is, but I know what it looks like. Oh, this is it. Yeah, see, it's like a little trap, but I don't know if I can lead it all the way here. This is really far from where it is. I don't know if it's worth it. Yeah, I was not about to lead a Giga that could literally eat my Pteranodon whole halfway across the map. Okay, well I've got the trap. I have a lot of crossbows. Now it's just farming the narcotics. This thing's gonna be so bad to tame, but I need it. I can only imagine the points I'm gonna be able to put into melee on this thing. That being said, I queued up as many narcotics as I could before going out to start the first of many lawn mowing sessions with the trike. Oh, I'm level 80? What did I get from this? I get a cooker. I probably will never be rich enough to afford that though. Oh, I need to be level 85 for the Giga saddle. Yikes. Anyway, I went out for the second lawn mowing session, and after that I queued up an inhumane amount of narcotics. Okay, time to start making some arrows now. Trank arrows, really. For that, I actually flew back up to my Anki so I could smack up the rocks on the mountain for a lot of flint. Alright, crafting all these arrows is gonna drive me insane, dude. I might have to turn my headset off. It's going to be so loud. But having no sound at all was also a pretty dangerous alternative, since in Ark, you can never really have your guard down completely. Oh my... Okay, this should be enough stone arrows. Now let's start converting them to tranks. Back at the crib, I already had tons and tons of narcotics waiting to convert, so I filled up my inventory and the crafting began. The crafting of the arrows literally took the entirety of day 70, but it had to be done. Okay, I have all of these tranks. Now it's time to repair crossbows. I'm gonna need all of these. I repaired them all, then dragged the tranks over to them, and I loaded them all up as well so I wouldn't lose any time during the tranking process. Well, that's 6 crossbows, a ton of tranks. Now I need narcotics to keep it asleep when it's actually down. That's some. I stored it all into the fridge for now, and I got back to work with the trike once more. I also did craft another metal dino gate since things could go very wrong, especially when trapping a whole giga. I'm gonna try and make some canteens. Tired of running around in no water. I queued up quite a bit of hard polymer, then brought the metal over and crafted 2 canteens. There we go, got water. And I think I have everything to tame it. I hope. Okay. Probably gonna be cold up on the mountain. Let me make a campfire or 2 and bring some wood. I loaded Pigeon Dave up with the firewood and I crafted 3 campfires before heading back out to that giga. I knew it'd be freezing up here. I'm gonna have to wait till day. That being said, I waited until the sun came up on day 72 and I made it over to the mountain where I last saw that giga. Okay, where is this giant thing? Man, where is this giga? This thing is definitely hiding in the forest. I barely saw it last time. I had a surprisingly hard time locating the giga considering its sheer size. As a matter of fact, the giga of Ark is much bigger than its real life counterpart used to be. The Ark's giga is almost as massive as your mom. Oh, is that it? Yep, okay. I told you it was hiding out in the forest. This is going to be interesting. Oh, he's coming for me! I gotta get this thing out of the forest. I managed to drag it out into the open and make it fall down to the area below me where I would have a much easier time trapping it, unless it just kept its aggro on me for centuries. Oh, what? Anywho, once it was distracted on day 73, I quickly set up the trap before flying back up to politely peck the giga. Now, since I'm literally just him, I got it stuck on the first try. Unfortunately though, it did come with a price. No! No! Dude, we can't be serious. I ran over to place the last gate down as well, just in case one of the gaps was big enough for the giga to escape, but I now had it completely trapped. But I'm gonna have to go back home and get my PT now though. This thing better stay in the trap, dude. And running back to base on foot was not smooth sailing either. Dude, I was taking a drink. Dude! There's no way. I got forced off the cliff by the Carno and I somehow survived this absolute kneecap exploding fall. Alright dude, this is just... Now the Carno I could actually kill, however I soon ran into more trouble and I was actually nearly sent back to meet Pigeon Dave in the afterlife. Bro. Oh! Dude, this is really testing my limits. I'm gonna lose it. Where do they even come from? They see you from so far away. Dude. Now I got the gang of compies on me. My base is just up here. Surely I can make it. Literally on life support though. Nah, you're not killing me this close to home. Back at base, I had to repair literally all of my armor, and when I hopped on my Pteranodon to fly back, I couldn't even take off because of my weight. These arrows and narcotics in my inventory really do take up a whole lot of weight, and I'm gonna have to figure something out here. I think my best bet's my saber then. Bro. Yeah, not even the cat could carry me, nor Kermit. I guess I'm riding a Rex over there. I am riding a Rex to tame a Giga. I don't think this has ever been done in the history of ever. If it's out of the trap, I'm gonna lose one of my good Rexes. Luckily, when I arrived on date 74, the Giga was still inside the trap. Oh, it's still in the trap. Bang, dude. All right, let me clear the area. Wow, I screwed up that gate placement. Look at the big hole. Well, the Giga seemed to be stuck, so I started knocking it out regardless. That Dimorph just got deleted. As expected, the Giga took an unhealthy amount of trank arrows to even consider shutting its eyes. But finally, halfway into day 75, it fell to the ground unconscious. Woo! I think I totally shot it on its way down, but I don't care. I had to feed it a ton of narcotics straight away since it loses torpor so quickly. And while that was taking its effect, it was time to go out and source prime meat. I'm just gonna sit and babysit this thing. I'm taking no risks. I munched a local Bronto and Spino for prime meat, then ran back to feed the Giga. And by the time I returned, it actually dropped to half of its torpor, so I instantly fed it another 40 narcotics or so. Yeah, the torpor drain on these things is scary fast, so I did not want to leave the Giga even for a second. This thing has 302,000 health. What? I mean, I know it's gonna go down, but like, that's still insane. It took a few minutes, but on day 76, I actually got the Giga's dossier, meaning the big guy had been tamed. Bang, dude. Now, since the Ultimate Dave was a name already taken by one of my Rexes, I had to get a little more creative. Overseer Dave. Dude, 78,000 health, 180 melee. Oh, this is gonna be gnarly. Gnarly, I say. I demolished all the gates to get some of my resources back, and I whistled the Giga to follow me back home. Come on, we got places to be. What level am I? Level 81. I need 4 more levels before I can get a saddle for this guy. That didn't mean, though, I couldn't test them out. Hello. I'll let you bite me. Yeah, this giga would be unstoppable once I got it all leveled up. And even on my way home, I let him munch through a couple of Brontos for some experience. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get my giga in. It's alright, it's not like anything's going to kill it. I need 4 levels to even make the saddle. I guess really the only way I can think to level up is just go around killing alphas. I guess I'll locate them with my Pteranodon and then come back with the Rex. I did remember seeing an Alpha Rex out in the snow, so I headed right over to see if it's still around or not. And while flying over the mountains, I spotted yet another victim for my army. Oh, that's a 116. I need to come back and tame that. Anywho, the Alpha Rex was in fact still alive and out in the snow. So I flew back home to get Big Dave and start the long march over to it. Start making the trip out there. I'm gonna have to wait till it's day, it's too cold. Once the sun rose above the horizon, I continued the journey into the snow. Okay, this might be a controversial hot take, but I actually really prefer the snow being only that one mountain with the blue obelisk. I don't like the snow being on that mountain. It's kind of nice. Like, I'm enjoying a more greener island, I guess you could say. Unfortunately, even though it was daytime, I was still freezing, so I had to kick things up a notch and hurry up. Where is this Alpha Rex? Oh, there it is. Okay, I really hope I can kill this and I'm not just being an idiot. It's level 56, like it's not low by any means. Like I'm not getting away. Oh, no way, I can just knock it back like this. Oh no, I'm already getting it bloody. No, this is easy. I'm not worried. This should provide me with some pretty decent levels, hopefully for my character at least. I also got a nice set of tools from the Rex, but nothing crazy. So I grabbed the skull trophy and leveled myself up to level 83. I guess we'll go back to base. Let's scout around for more alphas. I'm really gonna need another Alpha Rex if I want to level up that well though. Who knows if I'll be able to find one. Oh, Alpha Raptor right here. Might as well, dude. Might as well. It was level 8. Okay, that did nothing. I arrived back at base on the early morning of day 78. Before going out to scout for more alpha dinos though, I wanted to put my new trophy up for display. So I unlocked the trophy wall mount and hopped on Kermit to head out and get a little bit of paste from the buggy boys. Raptor. Okay, I'm out looking for bugs that I can kill on Kermit to get cementing paste so I can make this trophy mount for this Alpha Rex that I just got. And also, this trike helmet looks sick on me. Hello, buggy boys. Why did that Dilo just get launched into my field of view? Anywho, after I had plenty of cementing paste farmed up, I hopped back to base and started looking around for someone that I could no longer find. Oh, I forgot my RG died, dude. Holy bummer. So I had to go out and farm the wood with my PT instead, but I finally crafted the trophy mount. Alright, let's make this trophy mount. I want to show off my Alpha Rex skull. Make my base look, I don't know, somewhat not just like a random stone box. Right there. Bang. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I also needed some wood for the forges since they were out of fuel. They still had some metal left over to cook, but I really didn't have anything with big drag weight anymore. I don't have anything with weight. Dude, I'm gonna have to farm wood with a Rex. This is insane. This is insane. Okay. Wood run with a Rex has been completed. I might be the first person to ever do a wood run with a Rex in the history of Ark. Alright, let's go back to scouting for alphas. I really do need to hit level 85 so I can get that giga saddle. Red drop out there, I'll go for that. There was not anything important in the drop, so I just left it there and continued the search for alphas. I even flew out towards Carno Island, but it looked to be pretty dead. I'm not really seeing any alphas, man. That's not good. Is crafting narcotics even viable? I was just 1.5 levels away from level 85, so I had to try. Also, my Giga was holding on to some metals, so I brought it back inside before grabbing a bunch of spoiled meat from my tames and throwing it in the mortar and pestles. I'm not really confident making narcotics will do anything for me experience-wise, but if there's no alphas, I don't know what to do. After the first little lawn mowing session, I returned and got all the mortar and pestles cooking. I mean, no, the narcotics really aren't doing much. On that note, I brought the trike back inside and pondered for a minute before remembering I also wanted to tame that level 116 Rex I found while making my way out to the Giga. Hopefully some more alphas would spawn while I was out doing this little side quest as well. So anyways, I hopped on my Pteranodon and flew out to farm up another Rex trap real quick. 4 gates. I made 2 more bear traps in the smithy as well, then grabbed my taming gear and set out to find that Rex again. There we go. To take out this level 40, it's gonna cause me issues. Ow. Ow. The Ark's sun's subtle glare did not help me much, but a random rock came in clutch, making the Rex stuck so I could just cap it with my long neck. Finally, got it. Now that it was just me and the 116 Rex left, I set up the trap nearby and flew over to aggro it. Oh no, come this way. Look at me, I look tasty, don't I? Come on. No. Bruh. Is it really stuck? There's no way it's actually stuck in that rock. Uh-oh. There we go. Unfortunately, the Rex just had to fight everything in a 10-mile radius. So I sat and watched as it killed everything while the sun went down. There's no way! What do you see? Oh, I'm gonna lose it. This Rex is driving me insane. What is it going after? I'm gonna lose it, dude. Once it finally followed me into my trap, I realized I'd never actually placed the gates down, so the Rex could just actually walk straight out of there. So on day 81, I made it back home and I got to work on farming up the actual gates. When I returned back to the Rex, it was still inside the trap, so I quickly placed the gates in, and it actually walked into it. So I placed the bear trap below its feet and waited for it to snap shut, and then locked it in with the last gate. Got it. Finally, that was a pain. Why is it already bloody? Need to get this thing a dead body just so I can tame it. On that note, I yoinked the first dilo that I found and dropped it right next to the trap before unaliving it so the Rex could heal. Or that was the plan at least. There's no shot it's stuck. Dude, really? Not to worry though, as I borrowed another dilo from the jungle, and I killed this one a fair distance away from the gates. Okay, got him the dead body. Now we can start drinking. The crossbow was a bit too strong though, since the Rex got bloody again, and I had to repeat the healing process once more before it finally knocked out. I fed it a few narcotics before hopping back on my PT and flying home to go and get some prime meat for it with Big Dave. I then decided just to go back to the sleeping Rex on Big Dave since it wasn't that far away from my base anyway. And shortly after feeding it on day 82, it tamed up, so I named it Dave. And I then demolished one of the gates so I could whistle it and run back home. Make another Rex saddle for this guy. Okay, so I haven't forgotten, I still need to get 3 more artifacts. Alright, let's head out to the lava cave. Is there lava in that? Like, I don't know. Is this version new enough? Is it still called the lava cave? I guess I'll find out. Now, the lava cave was pretty far away from home, so the journey over there took basically the entire day of day 82. Okay, it does exist. Okay, it's good. What are the odds that there's lava in there, though? I ran inside, and it was a bit chilly in there, but that changed out of nowhere as I headed deeper in. Oh, nope, there's lava. Okay. Well, just try and be smart about this. Usually I bring grapples for this cave so I can avoid the little parkour area above certain depth. However, I do not possess such facilities this time around. Oh, dude, what is this path? I very carefully climbed across the narrow bridge and hugged the right side as I continued further down the path. Okay, this is looking familiar. The artifact should be back there. Can I make this jump? I sure hope so. Yeah, okay, there it is. Let's get these bats. I got its attention with the long neck, then gave it a nice slap across the face with my cat. With the coast clear, I got a running start and jumped over to the platform ahead, then over to the artifact. Okay, I got the artifact. Let's get out of here. Fortunately, I made both of the jumps safely again, so I hopped back on my saber and tried to backtrack to the entrance again, but I say tried because I got completely lost. What? How do I get out of here? Hello. Dude, what is this cave? No wonder they changed it. That's definitely my best bet. I just don't trust this jump at all. Dude, get me out of here. This cave is way harder than it is now. Like, I don't even know where I am. Come on, man, just get me out of this hellhole. This place is massive. I mean, I guess hence the name Artifact of the Massive. Yes, I'm out. I guess while I'm out, I'll run all the way down the beach, make a raft, then go to Carno Island. The Artifact of the Devourer, and then that just leaves the Artifact of the Skylord. With the raft farmed up and crafted, I set sail over to the island. I then parked on the beach and hopped on the saber, and we ran inside the Carno cave. Okay, so they kept the moon pool same. Okay, cave's looking pretty similar, but with a lot of metal in it. Not really seeing anything in here though. This might be easy. Oh, it's cold in here though. Gotta be quick. Since I didn't have to worry about any cave creatures, I started running down the path, and I may or may not have gotten a bit careless. Oh! Shoot. Okay. Dismount last second. Ow. Okay, I'm lucky there's like nothing down here. Alright, let's grab the artifact. Okay. Got the artifact of the Devourer. Only one artifact left, being the artifact of the Skylord out in that small snow cave. Alright, let's get out of here. The parkour up to the top was a bit sketchy, but I made all the jumps first try, so I exited the cave, then hopped back on my trusty raft and set sail back towards base. Back at the crib, I sorted out my inventory and then the forges, before hopping on Dave to go out and kill a few things since I'm yet to level him up. Wow, this Rex needs better melee. Oh! Alright, back on the hunt for an alpha. I really need to become level 85. I'm close to 84. I actually brought the ultimate Dave out to scout the lands that way, as I could just kill anything that crossed my path and quickly get the XP. Alpha Rex 112. Okay, this is my chance. This thing might be a bit bad to kill. I had to fight it though, so I could finally unlock the Giga saddle. So I charged into battle and tried my best to back up as much as possible while knocking the Alpha back as well to avoid its bite. Even though the ultimate Dave was an absolute chat of a Rex, he still took a fair beating from the Alpha before it fell dead to the ground. Got it. Fortunately, I got both of the levels that I needed and some, so I was now level 86. I unlocked the Giga saddle and the Indie Forge that I would never craft. Yes. Alright, let's head back to base. Get this crafted up. Alright, okay. What do I need for the Giga saddle? Dang, dude. Here we go. Okay, let's take this thing for a leveling run. Oh, this thing's quick. This is extremely fast. Still not much stamina, but... And the bite was as devastating as I had hoped for. It instantly annihilated anything in my path. The mass island depopulation continued into day 86, since I needed this guy to be as strong as possible for the up and coming boss fight with the Broodmother. One thing that I kind of forgot about Gigas though is that they can get really angry with their owner in case of negligent care. Oh, I forgot that happens. They take too much damage, they go into rage mode. Didn't think that amount of fall damage would do it though. Thought it would take a lot more. By the time I returned, Overseer Dave had calmed down, so I grabbed my stuff and whistled him back home so I could repair my flak that got torn to pieces by him. Alright, I need to level up this Rex now. Dave has still yet to kill anything of substance since I tamed him, so he wouldn't be much of a use in the boss fight. So that's exactly why I hopped on him and went outside to commit a multitude of crimes against the locals of the Ark, all in the name of progress, of course. The carnage continued throughout the night and halfway into day 88. Alright, I want to go out and get the last artifact, which is the artifact of the Skylord all the way out in the snow. But I'm definitely, odds are I'm dying, so I'm going to make a few sleeping bags just to be safe. Other than the sleeping bags, I was pretty much ready to go, so once those finished crafting, I hopped on the bird and flew out to the snow. Dude, it's cold. Alright, you know what? Hold up. I have a Giga now and Rexes. I'm going to go farm pelt and make fur. This is just gonna save me a headache, I know it. That being said, I made it back home on day 89 and hopped on the ultimate Dave to go out and get the pelt that I would need. I think I'm gonna need like 400 pelt, right? Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot. Nothing that a few furry creatures can't provide though. What? Dude, it's gonna take forever to get the pelt that I need. What? Okay, maybe a lot more than just a few. I honestly expected to get a bunch more pelt from this whole family tree of mammoths that I just killed. Dude, why is pelt so bad to get? Why do mammoths give 5 pelt, dude? It's insane. 4 pelt. Bro, like dire wolves give more. On that note, I decided to ignore the mammoth and go hunt down a few dire wolves instead, which did in fact give me more pelt per kill. Someone please make that make sense. Man, I have enough for like a fur shirt. Leggings. Staying out in the snow for so long also took a toll on my health, so I quickly made my way over to the jungle to kill one more gang of wolves and try and warm up, but it was far too late, so I had to set down a sleeping bag. Yep, I'm cooked. Bruh. With my stuff recovered, I started making my way back home with the pelt that I had, since farming at this rate was just ridiculous. Alright, what fur can I make with this puny amount of pelt that I have? Alright, so I need the hypothermic insulation. The higher number the better, right? Okay, those are both. Okay, just take that and then take the hat. Surely I'm good to do the cave with this, right? I repaired my trusty torch as well, as any bit of added heat could help me out if it came down to it, or that's what I thought at least. When I actually headed out to the cave, I barely even made it to the snow, let alone inside the cave, and I was already trembling from the cold. I'm still freezing? Dude! Alright, it is snowing, hold up. I know how to reboot the system, if you know what I mean. All of the stud in my hand started to shake, very likely from the shivering cold in Ark, and by accident I clicked exit to main menu. So by the time that I relogged, the rain and snow were both gone, almost as if a miracle had just happened. Oh, I'm good. No, it's getting colder. I'm only slowly freezing right now. This is doable. Maybe I can just... Let's just make some campfires and just wait outside the cave, because it's gonna be cold in the cave. Bang. Okay, we're gonna heal up before we go into the cave. I also slapped a few sleeping bags down to avoid any possible future dangers. Since my Pteranodon was the last flyer that I had, I really couldn't risk dying out here and not being able to get back to my stuff. Surely nothing else out here in the snow would try and jeopardize my plan in the couple of minutes that I left my computer to go take a leak, right? By the time I got back to base to see what was going on, my PT had been pushed off the cliff and I soon followed. I ran right off, but I missed the mount, landing perfectly center on a piece of ice, taking a ton of fall damage. I went to the bathroom, man. He broke my campfires. What type of guy breaks your campfires? Are we serious? I went to take a leak. In pure disbelief, I farmed up a couple new campfires, lit them, and got some fibers so I could make sleeping bags as well. But for those, I needed more than just fibers, so I flew down to help this unfortunate Anki out by of course depriving it of its skin. With a couple of new sleeping bags placed, I had the privilege to stand around and wait for most of my health to come back once again. Alright man, let's just grow a pair and head in. Oh no wait, it's warm in here. Really? Bruh. Yeah, there's not even snow in here. Question is... There be creatures. Okay, yeah. Those are definitely permanent death spikes. This cave is going to be interesting. I always use grapples in this cave. The low ceiling was pretty claustrophobic and it only got worse after I entered a super narrow corridor. However, I was surprised to find the artifact right there at the end of the hall, just chilling in all of its glory, ready for me to take it back home. Oh, yeah, it's right here. Oh, that was so easy, what? Get me out of here. But perhaps I may have been deceived by how easy it was to take the artifact. Maybe it's evil and I've just been possessed. I mean, just look at this weird phenomena that takes over my screen just seconds later. What? What are these visuals? Alright, there we go. This is looking more normal. Alright, man. Get me back home. That's all the artifacts, all 6 artifacts that exist in this old version of Ark collected. Perfect. Okay. Yep. Got all the artifacts in here. Let's take some of this random junk out. Now I need to look at what tributes I need. I know I need Rex arms off the top of my head. Probably need those RG talons. Okay, I've got Rex arms in there. Let's fly out to an obelisk and see what I need. I arrived at the red obelisk terminal, so I peeked inside to see that I only needed to get the megalodon teeth and sauropod vertebrates. Let me just fly around now and hunt down the megalodons. I can probably just glance into the water and see. We got ichthyes. Need megalodons. I think they drop 4 teeth each. Only need 2. So a couple of minutes of diving into the ocean at a few different spots later, I found my first shark. So I parked up on a nearby beach, then put on my scuba and swam up to it with the crossbow like the menace that I am. Got it. Yeah, that dropped 4. Perfect. Very soon, I found the second culprit as well, but it was a level 112, so I had to pick a different one. 36, that works. With my toothberry little side quest complete, I only needed to get 2 sauropod vertebrates from the Brontos, and I would pretty much be ready to take on the broodmother. So I flew back home to hop on Overseer Dave and go out to hunt the 2 unfortunate long-neck boys. Okay, I think this is everything I need for, so I have everything I need to start the boss fight in this box. It's day 93. My Rex is, okay, this one's healed up, which is good. These ones need healing though. I think my Giga also needs healed. Yeah, this is the most important one. Obviously, it's gonna deal the most damage. I'm just gonna sit on this guy and heal him up. I should honestly get them to the obelisk, though. I think we'll definitely do the fight at the red obelisk. That's the closest. On that note, I brought the trio of Dave Rexes outside first and whistled them to follow me. I also brought the Pteranodon with me so I could get back to base quickly. To the red obelisk we go. We stomped our way through the thick forest and the swamp until we arrived at the beach, and that's where I realized one of my Rexes was missing. I am missing a Rex. Its AI pathfinding probably got stuck on a rock somewhere, so I hopped on the Pteranodon to backtrack my path. How do I just lose a Rex? Oh, here we go. Regrouped on day 94, I walked all of the Daves up to the terminal, and I went around killing a few bystanders on the Giga to get enough raw meat for healing. Alright, it's time just to start farming raw meat and then force feeding it to my tames, especially the Giga. I need this thing to have all the health it can. Usually I give myself carpal tunnel by clicking level ups on my character after a mind wipe, but in this old Ark you gotta click to consume each individual piece of meat. So I had a really fun time destroying my mouse and fingers for Overseer Dave. Force feeding is so bad in this version because you have to manually press the mouse button. You can't just hold E over the food. This is probably gonna take until day 100. Overseer Dave's enormous health pool did not help either, and I did in fact spend a few days just healing them up, with the only pauses that I got being the ones to go and kill more dinos for more raw meat. On day 96, I finally brought Overseer Dave over to the terminal, as I couldn't be asked to fully heal him right now. The killing was far from over though, as Dave still needed a few more levels to be combat ready as well. Oh, this Rex needs to be leveled. I know. With Dave properly leveled on day 97, I waddled back up to the red obelisk to admire my fearsome squad of dinos. Okay, well this might be the shabbiest looking boss army I think I've ever had, but it's really just Overseer Dave that's gonna carry. I'm really not worried, to be honest. This thing's got crazy stats. Let's look at it. 450 melee, and it'll probably have 70,000 health by the time I'm done, or by the time I'm ready for the fight, hopefully. I don't know, healing kind of sucks in this, because you can't just hold E. Anyways, let's go back to base, make some final preparations. We've only got a few days, and I need to get the tributes and artifacts anyway. Back at the crib, I grabbed a bunch of cooked meat from the fridge and took all the tributes and artifacts, and then had a brief look into the engram page to see if anything last minute could actually help me. Okay, I'm not really seeing anything else I can use here. Let's go make sure I have everything to start the fight, and then I'll just continue force feeding until day 100. Really want to improve my chances of actually taking down the broodmother as much as possible. Since this old version of Ark just doesn't have cryopods, I can't even pick up an RG and Anki, or I can't even pick up an Anki and Dodic when I had an RG. It's really just slowed down progress a lot, and basically Overseer Dave, my Giga, is really my only chance, the only reason I even do have a chance at beating the boss in this 100 days. So let's hope it goes to plan, man. This has still been quite a lot of work, and it doesn't seem like I've made a lot of progress, but it's been a lot of work. Anywho, I made it out to the terminal, and I confirmed that I did in fact have everything necessary to summon the broodmother. So for the final couple of days before day 100, I just wanted to feed my Giga all the meat I had to heal it up. I really didn't know how strong the broodmother would actually be, since there were no other difficulties, so my best bet was to try and get Overseer Dave as battle ready as possible. So naturally, days 98 and 99 were spent absolutely bullying my mouse and fingers just so my Giga would end up with a fraction more health. Okay, as we can see, it's the very early morning of day 100, and you know, I've got my army that is four creatures strong, but Overseer Dave is very strong, as I'm sure you know. This Rex is pretty strong. He just doesn't have that much health. Big Dave is definitely my strongest Rex, 36,000 health, 1700 melee, and then Dave is just he's gonna die. But I will be riding Overseer Dave, which I think will be pretty obvious. Anyway, let's put the tributes in, and I have no idea how this is gonna go, man. Like, a broodmother's just gonna spawn in the overworld. Let's just hope it goes to my advantage. This has been a long, hard, and grueling 100 days. I'm gonna protect this world from the broodmother, though. Oh, okay, that light beam's gotta be where it's spawning. Oh, there it is. I immediately whistled attack on the giant spider, but my Pteranodon also actually wanted a piece of it. Oh, my PT's going in. No, Dave. Oh, Dave's the weak one. Alright, it's not making like any sound effects, but it is summoning spiders. My Pteranodon's going, oh, my Rexes are falling off. There goes my Pteranodon. Shoot, that's not good. I also had no idea how much damage I was actually doing to the broodmother, but I just kept biting it with Overseer Dave while Big Dave tanked all the hits. Okay, Big Dave's just tanking a lot of damage, and I'm getting some big ol' hits on it right now. Oh yes, okay, I killed it. Sweet, dude. Overseer Dave was the move. What did I get? I got the flag and the trophy. Okay, element doesn't even exist yet. And there's a random rogue spider here that's still alive. Let's kill this. Okay, well, that was 100 days in 2015 Ark, one of the oldest versions of Ark. It was definitely something. Definitely something. But thank you for watching this far in the video. And let me know down in the comments what you would like me to do next in my next 100 days. What challenge, what map, whatever. Overseer Dave, do you have anything to say before the video ends? Thank you.